and lows, but we know that they can reach those heights.
Yeah, you talked about it in your little story time
Check
earlier.
it, bro. Check it, bro. Check it, bro.
They were always looking fantastic online. We always had expectations above the world for them. They made it to LAN. They always did well,
It,
but they never
bro.
did great. They never
Aku
lifted a trophy. And
sudah
that's what
let.
Fnatic has always been built for.
Yeah, I mean, unlike Sentinels, the iterations of Fnatic have always been stronger and stronger as time has gone on, but they still have not been able to achieve what we have set the expectations to be. You know, that second
And
place
also for
ranking
themselves, too.
Yeah, sure, of
Yeah.
course.
I mean, think about how many times we've heard boasters say, my expectation for this roster is
Halo, bro.
trophy.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome to Was Party, bro.
They've made some changes. You've got Leo coming into this roster. Chronicle, an absolute legend of the sport, also joining this squad. It is stacked top
Ya,
to
bikin announcement
bottom.
dulu.
And maybe this is finally the time that they will be able to lift that trophy.
You heard it from Tens. This is super team
Anjay.
versus super team. This is some of the absolute best players that EMEA
Halo. Ntar kita bikin poll dulu ya.
in Berlin, a support player that helped Gambit reach their
Kamu bocil mana?
up support players around. His time in guild playing
Sentinels,
Fnatic.
As your community, anjing. Ben ya lo. Monggo di voting adik-adik, langsung di like lagi ya. Aku bocil Sentinel tapi kayaknya bakal kebantai kayaknya ya. Gue juga sebenarnya nggak terlalu berharap banyak dari Sentinel, tapi kita bet dulu Fnatic 250.000.
That we do need to address. There is a statement that should have gone out as well, but of course.
Tapi siapa tahu Tens lagi gila ya kan?
SILAHKAN is our highest priority. After taking a self-requested test, a member of
COVID.
Fnatic unfortunately produced a positive result. In the event, a player returned
Isolated room lah, ada yang COVID guys.
well enough to compete and
Ben, ya masuk. Naikbotnya belum datang ya? Shazam kagak main kan ya itu.
Now the player who tested positive will
Sajam di mana?
isolation room while their teammates and the opposing team will be competing here in the venue.
Sajam di mana, Bang?
Of course, the order of the matches is very important. The order of the matches on this given day did not change. Everything's fine.
Abang.
We're going with our matches as scheduled, but we did want to let everyone know that is unfortunately the reality here. So even though that is an issue, it is still good that they will be able to play with their full team.
Yeah, and I think it's important to note
lah, pindah kah ketinggalan, Bang? Bang!
Yes. They feel well enough to do that.
Nih Sajam di sini nih, Bang nih. Nah. Sama si Dapri, no. Kamu semangat Sentinel ternyata ketinggalan juga ya. Oh, dia VCTNA, bro. Enak lo. Kena lo time out. Boh lah, bingung gua lah. Lah bang, kok gitu bang? Anjing gua nggak ada istirahatnya hari ini, gila buset dah. Doain aja gua kuat, brother. Aku bocil Tens, masa bocil Tens like-nya cuma 8 ini bro. Wah, kacau. Kacau.
But now he's on such a powerful team, and if he can still have those wild impacts, those crazy aces, if you remember that buying play from him, then this is going to be an absolutely terrifying match.
Baton gratis ya, gue mau bikin story dulu. Ntar belum ada Sentinelnya. Brar, terima kasih 6 bulannya. Anjing, kodok lu balik lagi, Brar. Asik banget. Aku bocil Chronicle. Aku bocil Derke. Anjing, Tens pada mansanya guys. Anjing.
In early Valorant, they were the icons of the game. Tens and Durka at
Anjing, keren
they
banget.
were probably the two best individuals that we got to see there, and they faced off in that grand final.
Klip kapan ini? Klip BOCIL namanya guys. Master 2021 anjing. Oh, buset dah. Titit bentar. Nah, ini. Yeah, ayo bocil Tens. Kita nonton. Langsung aja ke YouTube baru dimulai. Travelingnya seru biasa.
Alright, well look guys, for more on this new Fnatic lineup, let's actually go ahead and hear from Boaster and Leo about Fnatic.
Wih, bocil Sentinel.
Hello, my name is Boaster. I'm the IGL of Fnatic. Okay, I'll start off with Durka. He brings the bold buff, as everyone knows. He also brings the high skill capabilities in a top fragger. And then we've got Althea. He's a 17-year-old in a 30-year-old body. He's got crazy bed hair, and that bed hair is a symbol of how crazy he is in real life as well. Then we've got Chronicle. He's the guy that's like really keen and really, I don't know, he just loves learning stuff.
Lu nyadar gak Ben? Nyadar.
Now he's the comedian of our team, like always making jokes.
Ben anjing lah ya. Ha si Ade tuh urus anak lu Ade.
Very excitable.
Hi, I'm Leo and I play for Fnatic.
Leo.
And,
Nah, kalau udah nobar kita set gini dulu ya kan.
I think chemistry plays a huge part in a team. If you're not getting along,
Gue
outside
sambil
the server, it's gonna be very
sambil
tough
nunggu
to,
makan ya bro. Gue
trust
belum
the
makan
game.
anjir.
Obviously there's a situation where teams still have success, but in the off
Belum makan malam gua, bro.
company of each other outside
Aduh,
the
habis
game,
lagi
more than
liquid.
playing. But now we're really in the focus zone and
Nih kagak ada istirahat, gila kagak ada yang ngingetin lu. Op Ben, istirahat nanti malam nobar. Gas terus. Makan apaan? Make dia lah udah capek gua. Milih-milih menu, kok mau tutup semua? Mah, make dia aja udah. Make di Alfa kayak.
having both as an ideal is
Hanya asik banget.
keep it a lot of
Makan apa
working,
kak?
which,
Make di bos kadal.
that's what you want from your leader in the team.
Leo yang kena covid. Oh, gua nggak tahu. Tapi pokoknya salah satu dari Fnatic. Gimana Bandung gubuknya aman kan? Ntar kita lihat ya di sela-sela nonton kita lihat progres gubuk kita di Magic. Minted mau emang menu paling the best MCD. Sebenarnya gue lebih ke nggak ada pilihan aja. Kenapa nggak bakmi Jogja? Kebetulan saya orang Bandung.
Firstly, I just want to give a huge shout out to our features team for just continuing to pump out amazing content, but also
Member Rajanya lupa di-like adik-adik ya. Bro Ben, kenapa Rajo?
He's so charismatic. It's hard not to like this team, Mimi.
It is really hard not to like them. I mean, both these teams have just such like
Anjing si Mimi tetep aja cantik tiap hari ya.
players. You want to root for both of them, but again, single elimination. This is going to be a
Lucu
brutal
sih.
one.
Yeah, I imagine the features team also really likes working.
Gacoan,
with both,
aduh.
You don't have to encourage any
Takut sakit
personality.
perut
out of
gua.
him. He's just exuding it.
Bet mana? Gue sih bet Fnatic ya, nggak tahu iseng aja.
A little too ham.
Siapa tahu gue bet Fnatic jadi Sentinel yang menang. Gadeng. Atau kalau kata orang-orang sih Sentinel bakal kebantai Fnatic katanya. Nonton semua matchnya, nonton dong. Gak tau nih T1 sama Furia kalian mau nonton nggak? Kalau nggak mau nonton gue tidur. Tergantung lo orang ya. Apakah bakal sengit kita lihat ya. Hari biasanya copyright nih Diana Ji. Nonton besok Sabtu, oke. Si Mei juga baru streaming nih. Oh, baru 7 menit. Mana si Magic? Coba kita lihat gubuk kita guys. Wow, 3 jam. Puter dia kabur ya, pasti. Nah kan kabur aja. Gimana gubuk kita bang?
Aman gini. Aman gini bro, hampir hampir 8.
Ini kalau tadi 8 jam mantep sih.
Sabar gue habisin ini. 3 entar.
Masukin dulu nih.
3 jam. 3 jam. Oke lah. 3 jam.
Pas Magic marah-marah lucu banget. Yang
ya.
kapan?
Anjing 15 jam lagi jadi.
Bakal ikutan Sobaton enggak bro Ben? Enggak. Gua nanti kan kalau Sobaton paling buat ini aja ya, buat apa? Idul Adha. Baton tahunan Idul Adha. Oh baton. Doi enggak bro? Nih, oh baton. Obaton gue itu cuma kayak 3-4 hari doang karena gue batesin. Mana ya yang terakhir ya? Besok terakhir ya. Oh ini 6 terakhir.
Cari pohon sih.
Karena gue batesin waktu itu kan sebentar banget ya. Apa namanya? Berapa hari lagi tuh langsung. Idul Adha, makanya gua
kagak sampai kaki gue
ngasih tahu nanti kalau udah hari ini udah nggak usah di-donate lagi, nggak usah donate lagi biar billingnya habis. Nah, kebetulan habis di sini.
Mesti didabelin. Kalau enggak ancur.
Lumayan lah.
Bentar, ini kenapa ini si Kalpin?
Tapi baton ya. Lah si Calvin. Lapin.
Tadi yang tembok-tembok pendek juga ternyata bisa dinaikin nama ini mah.
Iya, makanya yang tembak
Sama yang
pendek itu tadi pada bilang didabelin gitu, kalau nggak percuma.
Entot apalagi Cil, jangan aja.
Ini si Kalpin lihat bego ngapain nih ke
Makanya
Iya.
Pas VCT nggak sih itu Ben? Enggak pas VCT. Waktu itu tuh gue lagi main Monster Hunter sama Raf. Cuman waktu gue tidur replaynya VCT. Nanti kalau mau baton lagi replaynya VCT ini ya. Siapa tahu kalian kangen.
Si Kalpin kagak mau jalan ya. Nah, bisa keluar nggak dia kira-kira nih?
Lah,
Emang enak banget sih makanin badan orang anjing.
santuy banget si Kelvin anjing, kocak dah. Iya Raf. Udah mulai guys. Babar. Nge-lag anjing. Nah, mulai nih. Lihat dulu nih makanan kita udah gimana guys. Udah UTW belum nih? Oke, udah UTW guys, mantap. Let's go bang, UTW bang. Untung cepet nih jam-jam segini nih ya. Halo Rahmat. Yang baru join masa nggak di like dulu? Ini 43, holy shit. Bandung hujan nggak? Enggak hujan. Kalau hujan kedengeran, kalau hujan gede. Kalau gerimis mah enggak. Nanti master di Tokyo ya, di Seoul. Iya Tokyo. Kalau di Seoul mah ini apa? Pacific League. BOCIL Tens, ayo BOCIL Tens kita like dulu. Ini udah yang franchise, udah bos. Jadi VCT login ini semua tim-tim franchise diadu dulu kayak buat turnamen pembuka, baru nanti ke region masing-masing. Nih, nanti ini ke region masing-masing nih. Ntar kelihatan nggak? Nah, no. Baru nanti ada master di tengah tahun. Dari pagi nggak hujan Bandung. Pagi hujan. Pagi doang. Paginya tapi subuh ya. Kamu bocil apa? Aku kan bocil Sentinel, tapi aku bad fanatik. Halo Seisu. Pendapat lu gimana masalah? Ya itu mah terserah dia aja. Kalau saya mah tetap dukung yang terbaik untuk player. Ya fanatik sama Sentinel ketemu mulu ya. Biasanya ketemu di final. Gue sih berharap. Oh, bawa apa tuh? Lumayan rame lah yang di stage lah. Anjing, duo dewa nih. Itu lihat dipegangin di belakang. Aduh, gerakan tambahannya masih ada ya Allah di orang. Anjing si Zeken kayak orang mau berak guys. Ya Allah, Boster. Ya Allah, coba kita lihat left chat twist. Boster lol. Oh, satunya ini. Oh, si Leo guys yang kena covid. Anjay, Psycho. Ganteng gini si Psycho. Ronaldinho. Anjing monster tadi. Anjing, lu lihat nih Aquaman bro. Ex John Wick.
Titans here in the first round in our Omega bracket. And Mimi, I am absolutely excited.
It has been 635
Orang awam Tens ada kan ada. Kan tadi barusan jalan ya si Tens ya.
A new meta, new expectations, and they're back on stage again.
Ada moderator, Sain minta tolong nanti map. Gua kayaknya pas keluar map mau ngambil Gojek nih. Aku bocil bingung mau dukung mana. Oh, kamu bingung nggak? Ya, si Col. Ini Tens zaman Blonde guys ya, is back.
This is going to be a slobber knocker, okay? This genuinely could not be the most hyped matchup.
Tadi Tens bawa apaan nggak tahu, kayak robot-robotan kecil gitu mainan.
We're witnessing like the main event, and this is just our first.
Dua-duanya sama-sama pesuka anjing. Bocil Sentinel di polling dulu dong anjing. Jangan lupa di like juga adik-adik ya. Sain nggak jawab lagi, udah gue edit kamu dulu dah. Anjir. Fnatic. Ngambilnya Heaven nggak sih? Lotus. Sentinel. Oh, split. Terus soal aja, jangan dah kasihan. Menurut tuh menang siapa? Nggak tahu, kalau kata orang-orang sih bakalan ngebantai Fnatic. Katanya. Oke. Lotus decider guys.
What are they cooking? What are they cooking? Oh boy. I am excited. So we have Haven, Split, and Lotus.
Apakah Fnatic akan balas dendam? Apa iya?
I think we're going the distance.
One can only hope. The unfortunate thing about this event
Bang Slot kok nggak main? Lagi kecengklak kakinya. Shazam udah ke G tuh bro. Gimana ini bocil Sentinel ketika info gini? Wah dikit lagi nih, cepet bang. Aduh, make di gua bang, cepetan bang, mau nonton. Kan tangan yang main, nah itu dia.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I mean, he's always been an incredibly flexible individual. Probably the Sentinel. He's back on his kill just that makes sense.
Alpha pakai Sentinel.
It's a Jet on this one. It's a
Let's go. Tens Jet.
Jet v Jet, Durka versus Tens. I mean, you couldn't really ask to start the series off in a better fashion.
2021 Iceland. Haven ended the series. And it was Sentinels who took that one home in a Tens versus Durka matchup. We get it again here, Jet v Jet.
And we're starting it off right here on Haven. Well, folks, we got a clout match, which means that we gotta call in some pretty
saja mau
clout
dapur gak asik. Wah, kurang
Actually,
saja.
I would say clout chasers. Here's Brennan Sideshow.
Leo gue nggak tahu di mana.
Yeah, let's get to
Tiga
it.
Sentinel
This
siapa
match
sekarang?
right here is
Dep.
gonna be
Dep.
something special
Si
because
Dep.
it's North America versus EMEA, Sentinels versus Fnatic, an age-old matchup, a classic matchup.
Driver sudah hampir sampai guys.
Like the desk was saying, the last time these two teams faced off was so long ago, May 30th, 2021,
Ben ya.
at the Reykjavik Grand Finals.
Oke, saya ngambil dulu ya bentar ya, kalian enjoy, jangan lupa di like.
And yet, in 2023, both Fnatic and Sentinels have tried to form super teams heading into the partnership system. And I think for Boaster particularly, but also for Def on the other side, it's a hunt for a trophy, and one team must go home. What do they have cooked up for us to start things out on Haven?
And Haven, bit of a playground for the IGLs. Maybe that's part of the reason why Fnatic ended up opting into this one, but not messing around already. That Trailblazer just going deep into the site, and Tens was following that one, but he was shut down in the middle of all of this. This looks like a fast play now. Just trying to make their way through into Garage. Going to be potentially bogged down by all this utility, but there was a flash in play just to push them back and away. Fnatic already claiming 2 kills. It's up to Sentinels now to scramble, try and salvage what they can out of the round. A bit of damage done to Chronicle, but right now just biding their time, waiting it out.
It's on Def to try and make something happen here. No pressure anywhere else, and Dirk has walked down mid. He knows that the spike is dropped. He knows they're all contained inside Garage. This should be Fnatic easily cleaning up.
Yep, they know exactly what's going on here. Sheriff in the hands of Durka. Already getting some lovely damage down onto them, and Right through the wall, it's 3 kills in the round for Durka. What a way to set things up, and nobody dropping on the side of Fnatic. That's a Prime Gaming flawless.
We're going to be keeping track of Durka v10s throughout this entire map, but I want to shoot 10s a bit of bail here. This is a pretty normal pathing, actually, on a pistol round strat. We've seen a lot of teams do it. He looks a bit silly, sure, but I don't think there's anything wrong with his decision-making on the game
udah Prime Gaming flawless
It is,
aja
though,
nih.
a pistol round strat where 10s is very alone. He just has to dive in and hope that there aren't a couple of people at back B for a C
Pasti
pinch.
Fnatic ya.
So definitely a planned
Bro, gua
pistol
nyet
round
up dulu nih,
strategy
nyet
for
apa kan.
Sentinels, but the reaction was very good from Fnatic. And they strike the first blow. No force buy, nothing crazy happening here. And Sassy loading up his ultimate. I do think it's really interesting though, Bren, that Sassy is playing the Sky here. When you think about Sentinels, you're expecting Sassy to be the safe pair of hands. The guy that's a veteran, king of initiators, safest player in the game.
Just able to really pick up the pieces when things go wrong, but
yeah, and having him on Sky instead of on Breach, it's a really aggressive comp from Sentinels, and I think it's going to ask Sassy to get really involved in the fighting.
Yeah.
And that's unusual to me. I would expect Sassy and Zekken's roles to be swapped.
it is an interesting one, isn't it? Breach oftentimes going to be that third player into the fight most of the time.
By the way, I mean, Durka is just farming up so many of these kills that he's
already
up,
got his ult.
yeah, he's up to his ultimate already, so
Yeah.
the economy could not be in a better spot for Fnatic. They've also got a bunch of rifles heading into this round anyway, so again, I think they're going to let Sentinels set the pace. Sometimes on a bonus round, you'll see the defending team do something really aggressive, and Fnatic were known for pushing down into a lobby pretty heavy on the defense, but Sentinels comp should be setting the tempo.
It's rifles across the board for Fnatic, so they manage their economy well enough that they're going to be even in terms of those weapons against Sentinels.
Durka's feeling it.
Yeah, he is. I mean, the dash active right now, looking to try and take an early fight. He sees the head. What is that? Rolling back the years with that one, Dev. Straight through the wall. I mean, just a little juggle and a shot. That's all it took. Trailblazer now going to be trying to
What
make
a
its way
great,
through.
what a
Virage,
great
but-
nano swarm.
Yeah, it
That
breaks it, right?
It does. It breaks any kind of utility that is channeled. So if you've got a Sova, it breaks the drone. If it's, you know, Sassy there, Trailblazer. And that allows Alpha to keep his turret up. They don't spam it through the wall. So map control advantage to Fnatic, but they're still 4v5. And they've got a good read that this is ending A.
With a stack in the play that they've got currently, making sure that every option's watched for. Look at that crossfire. I mean, they've just got so many layers to this.
But also, Leo pretty heavily committed in short.
Yeah. Quite wide. It's going to be a fault line. Now to stun as well, so Leo can't see too much. Does have that dart, but does he want to use it? Aftershock into the corner, a bit of spam. Just finds his targets!
Wow.
Beaming him down, and
Wow.
it's pure instinct play. 3 kills from Leo, who's just anchoring that position. But it is down to Alfie in this 1v2. Spike gets planted, finds the kill. Smoke dissipating at just the wrong time for Zekken. And now he's backing away. Ten's holding close to the angle on Graffiti, and he just found it anyway. Right to the side there. Ever so slight off angle to get that one. So Sentinels are on the board, but they did end up losing 4 of their players in that round.
Aduh,
Yeah,
asap lagi.
it's damaging to the economy for sure. But I think with Durka being dominant in the first couple of rounds, Tens instantly fires back. The
Bang, nggak lihat,
heroics
Bang.
of Leo are incredible here, and he's definitely a
Bonus
player to
roundnya
rely on,
nggak
but
dapat ya?
What we didn't spot was
Okay.
that the actual sighted itself coming from long, Tens was able to get all of that utility and push forward.
Assalamualaikum, waalaikumsalam. Sorry, habis ngambil makan bro. Makan ya.
But they're choosing not to commit.
Gue beli 2 ayam guys.
Durka's knives, they must have bought up a little too much. Not
Kayak
something that
kelaparan nih gue nih.
I had realized looking at round 3. I thought they were going for a bonus.
Makan menu apa? Panas 2.
Had enough spare cash maybe to make the purchase, but like we said earlier, Durka built up to these blade storms. Wasn't able to get too much done there. In fact, I think the dash that he activated
Suara in-game-nya rada
does
kecil
fade
dikit ya.
away. We're going to have that available to him. But slow and steady is the game plan.
Porsi
For both
apaan?
these
Buset,
sides.
ini mah gara-gara dipisah-pisahin aja kelihatan banyak.
And Durka's making a bit of a read here that the play's going over towards C. And you can see that both teams are kind of mirrored in terms of their rotations. Durka's got a nice idea about it. Maybe
Chronicle
Def's
pakai bridge
going to
ya.
try and create a bit of pressure in B, but this is ending with a C split, and they're going straight into the shorty. Durka with a bit of revenge.
Timing.
Kill to find Javier. Oh my goodness. Just walks away from the door for about a moment. Could have found an easy kill with a shorty, but
Eh?
he will fall. Now a lot of flashes just being committed into the back of the site. Clears that one down. It's going to be a plant as well without too many problems. Util chipping him forwards, but TenZ is quite isolated now. He's holding the back of the side by himself, and that fight at the flank was imperative. Durka wins it out. A little bit strained in his approach. TenZ with the updraft play. Aftershock as well, Leo. Just trying to trade out, swinging through, and TenZ still claims 3. Down to Durka now.
Aduh, awas nih, Demon nih.
Let's come online here, right?
Nggak lihat dia.
Cut up the crosshair placement. That gives him a good idea.
Gila, anime battle.
Just a battle taking place. Tries to spray it down.
Let's go.
Jet head to head, just manifesting itself in the round.
The
Kacau ini.
hyped it up as TenZ versus
Ini seru
Durka,
banget.
and that is how these compositions work. All of the utility is going to be used to set TenZ and Durka up on the best fights possible, and you're just
Top
seeing
10
them
anime
flash.
battle.
They're not necessarily taking the duels against each other early in the round. They're massacring everybody else.
Tetap
before they
TenZ dengan
finally
rivernya
meet
adik-adik ya.
in the 1v1. That's another quite expensive round for Sentinels.
Yang nge-head
but
TenZ
it's
gua
on the
pukul.
board at 2 apiece.
Kan anjing.
Light armor for everybody on Fnatic. And an operator in Durka's hand. He explores down mid as TenZ takes an early face into A long. But this looks all good for Durka.
Deep push, a slight angle.
And he's burning his dash at the beginning of every one of these rounds.
Yeah.
TenZ full river, iya.
Good start there.
Ya pokoknya inventory-nya temanya merah sama hitam aja.
This was going on as well. It was a bit of a slow burn on Alpha Sentinels as they are just trying to make sure that they get a bit of space in A short. This Trailblazer up close. Leo.
TenZ with TN just EZ. Anjay,
He
sap.
doesn't really have anybody watching his back, but
Dapat.
Fnatic are committing a lot of players here to the site. You can see this, and the Rolling Thunder's going to be catching them actually.
Aduh, TenZ-nya kena. Aduh, kocak.
Knight's just not good in that kind of position, but Boaster was isolated. Now a drone. Fault line as well cuts across, and Durka's still there, holding the angle at Heaven. He knows what his players are, and he will find them time and time again. One
Okay, nice,
after the
Sassy.
other, Sentinels will answer back. It's
1v2,
just down to
Sassy.
Positioning, I believe, known. He's going to get reinforcements as Alfie is going to be rejoining him at Heaven. Spike out in the open now. Will he get an easy fight? Just trying to isolate one of them, but no. Jiggle of the positioning. Leo doesn't give away too much now. 28 seconds left in this round. Time starting to get burnt, and now he knows where the second player is. That's one broken, just trying to isolate one of these fights, and well, the wallbang angle Alfie here.
TenZ
Just
kepanasan,
about
guys.
grabbing that kill.
Such a back and forth round. I think Boaster's kill onto TenZ really seals the deal for it.
Yeah.
He's not favored in that situation.
Arcada belum nyala, guys.
And, you know, TenZ also not taking the most favorable duel in the world. It was really messy between the two of them. There's a missed fault line too for Durka to be able to grab the kill on
Leo sebelumnya di mana? Gua lupa, guys.
I
Ada
think
yang tahu
Death
nggak?
should have swung before Durka got a second. Maybe slightly miscoordinated from Sentinels, allowing openings for the Fnatic players. But this is really back and forth. But this is where you now see, Bren, the economic damage that was done earlier, because Sentinels only lose
dari
one
Guild,
round,
Guild
and they drop down
Esport.
to Nico.
So left to stew and think about what they really want to be doing in this round here. Looks like they are just trying to
Terus anjing kenapa nggak di final
push
sih?
towards the B side.
Nah, ada bang. Waktu itu udah pernah di final bang ini.
Gets a decent amount of information. Dash forwards by TenZ there. That's
Waktu
just trying to
VCT
even get
BOCIL.
this plant down as an aftershock. So yeah, he's going to be paying for that one with his life. A bit of, again, spam from the Phantoms at play. Tap onto the spike. Post-plant positions being played here by Sentinels. Going to take a miracle for them to just get much else with it. Yeah, a bit of jumping and running and gunning from Leo.
Buset.
Spike just being stuck through all of this pressure. They didn't have the weapons or the util to be able to push them back, but ultimately the goal of Sentinels there was just try and get a couple of kills, maybe as well that plant, so they can start building up the bankroll once more.
What they have done, though, is fed the
Fnatic
gendong-gendong.
Oh,
So Chronicle's got his ult online, Leo now with the Hunter's Fury too. And that means that this round coming up, round 7, is going to be massive. I think a lot of ults are going to get used, and if Sentinels lose it, they're back down onto another eco. This is a must-win round for Sentinels, I think, in order to get the first half off to a good start. Alpha, by the way, has picked up the operator now, over on C.
And a deep dash from Durka. He's not wasting any time, is he? Has a deep dart as well, a set play, but Zekan up close and personal within the cloudburst. Takes out the threat.
Ayolah Zekan. Kamu jangan cuma bisa duelis Zekan.
Was trying to make the most of the chaos.
Alah.
Oh my goodness, into A lobby, and he's even finding a couple of kills of his own, potentially. No, ends up going down before he could claim the second. The trade was there.
The timing's so messy there from Fnatic. I understand that it's a
Kira
set play,
Sentinel
but
bakal pakai dua
Sentinels
duelis
had a
tau.
lot of windows with which to reinforce their position. Alpha, yeah, missing that shot.
Alpha Jermis.
Very wide swing. Dog will miss though, so not stand up. He can afford to just retake this angle and just on the armor def. What a shot to hit.
Tipis bener.
Just a pistol, but now you're going to see already pushing through this one with the rolling thunder. The ultimate to try and clear it away, and the players had to vacate. Sentinels trapped in the cubby, and Alfia's got that line of sight angle. Watch for once more, but the spike. And then over to Pancada. He's got his ultimate, so he's going to be able to get a free plant now onto A.
1v3. Can he do it? He's got a lot of time to threaten a reposition. He's going to smoke both Spawn and A-Link.
It's really smart. He's just
the
throwing a bunch
Fnatic
of misinformation into it, but this fight now by Leo.
Nice.
Meeting him into short.
It's
moving
massive.
The first kill.
It's massive. Takes it down to 1v2, but he's given away where he is. What is that?
Chronicle so far ahead of his teammate. There's no trade in sight from Alfia. Now the paranoia. Waiting for the tap of the spike. And there it is. Rips his way across a full blind. Another tap from Alfia, but still biting, waiting. Smoke ready and waiting. Wide swings it, but Alfia so calm and patient in the clutch.
Ini map keberapa?
Really
Map
big
1,
round
Bayan.
from Alfia. After he missed that opening op shot, I thought it was game over for Fnatic. But he comes through and recovers. Perhaps you could argue that round should never have been that close. With Pancada, an opportunity to hit the 1v3. This one, beautiful.
Just being able to isolate this fight as well. Look at that. Doesn't open himself up too wide with that second fight that he was taking. But ultimately, Alfia, really intelligent player.
And this has brutalized the Sentinels' economy. They're going to be kicking themselves for that. Because like I said, that one decided which way the momentum was heading in the series so far. And Sentinels now are just down to stingers.
Yeah, disrespecting that utility that was going through into A lobby. Oh, he knows. Durka knows. Ten's locked into this position. Even the utility, the shock darts, you can see it now. And after shock, though, Durka has to respect that one. The dash to just disengage, make sure he doesn't take too much damage.
Stingers can still be deadly if Durka gets caught out here by a flash.
Damage. The flash actually doesn't connect onto Durka. He's still there, ready and waiting into the corner.
Let's go!
And wow, Tens makes the most of it. A bit of whiffage there from Durka, holding in a very aggressive angle.
And now that they're in a 5v4 post plan, Def might choose to use his ultimate.
Okay, there you go. Lockdown, place down, lockdown for a lockdown. How are you getting these kills? With the guns at hand, all up to Sassy. Stinger in his hands, tries to whip out the pistol, but already being swarmed by the players now. The lockdown. Destroyed. Not a problem.
Yeah, no issues whatsoever. And a ton of time on the clock anyway, even if they had all been detained. Fnatic committing really decisively, though. If you want to talk about Fnatic's, you know, and more so Boasters hunt for a trophy, it feels like they get to a certain point in a tournament, they play against a big team, and there's a bit of freezing up that happens. At least that's my perception of how Fnatic's trophy hunt has gone ever since that fated grand final against Sentinels. And this squad that they've got is full of really decisive players. Durka and Alfia are more than happy to make
easy gini, iya.
Playmaking.
Map 1 biasalah.
So is Leo. Chronicle, the only player on Fnatic's team to have hoisted a trophy, knows what it takes to win. And I feel like so far Fnatic are making very quick decisions. They're not freezing up, they're not choking. They are adapting to everything that Sentinels is
Panasan lah tuh, guys.
This is a difference maker from previous iterations of Fnatic that we have seen. You know, they've spoken many times in the past about, you know, being, you know, quite a well thought out team in terms of how they play, but a lot of set plays and a lot of waiting on Boasters' calls. Not having that much, you know, independence in terms of making those quick adaptive plays in the middle of rounds when you get a bit of information. But this is a roster that is stacked with that either veteran presence talent or talent that are very independent and willing to make those quick reactive calls.
And it must be mentioned too that both Fnatic and Sentinels have not been together for very long. These teams, of course, Fnatic, the core was still there of those 3 players, and Sentinels blending a couple of different cores together. But in terms of practice time with these 2 rosters, they've only been in the
Kenapa
server
ya?
together
Aku
for
juga
about 2
bingung.
months. So things should still be a bit rough and ready.
Atau mungkin ada roster transfer waktu itu ya.
Nice ideas. And a lot of high caliber players.
The Nana Swarm that was placed early there. That's to try and push back a potential play from the opposing Jet, like Durka here. He's pushed himself up onto this angle and brought down to 57 health, but still wants to take the angle.
And look at how much freedom that gives the rest of Fnatic. 4 players over towards B, Garage, and C.
Predik bakal siapa lah? PSC lah gua mah.
Yeah. I mean, he's actually on such a tight angle.
PSC
Pride could slip past him. I don't think Durka quite
corner.
realizes that somebody's to his left.
But he will watch it when they start to cross into this. Now, Trailblazer, here's the dog. This can give him a good idea of it. And okay, chooses to vacate. Doesn't want to hold that angle a bit too risky for him,
I like this from
CTNI ya.
contacting into
Di
A.
e-sport.
Their composition has a lot of utility, but by contacting, Fnatic feel confident enough that they aren't rotating anybody over to A just yet. Boaster's hanging around for a little bit, now only just starting to make his way over. They might not be ready for this A explosion.
Risky maneuver that could be played there. The stun is going to force Durka to not be able to scope in now. He can't really help them out, but already Boaster's trying to at least relieve some of that pressure, but it's spam into hell. Matches onto Durka, the common angle that he was playing. Two players of Fnatic falling, including Chronicle, make that 3. Leo
let's go.
himself up so wide there.
Flawless dong, Bang.
The timing with the smoke just fading away. What an answer by Sentinels off the back of that timeout today. We're talking about what they wanted to do differently. Perhaps that was part of it, what they were discussing, the contact play to make sure that Fnatic didn't have as much information to work with, that they couldn't rotate effectively.
apaan,
Yeah, I think at this point, that's got to be credited as a really nice
YouTube error ya.
yelling call by Def. I think
Refresh bro,
the idea of just using that single piece of utility
error, bro.
to push
Gua
Durka
aman
away
ini.
and recognizing that reinforcements don't come that quickly.
Streamer nunduk. Alah,
Something
figur
that I've
abu.
always loved about Def's calling is that he mixes in those contact attacking rounds with big explosive executes. And remember that on Xset, he was mostly doing the calling and the micromanaging on the attack side. He kind of split duties with A-Ring. And there were some tournaments where the attack side calling from Xset looked phenomenal. And there was some where it was a little shaky. But when Def's on point, when he has a read on a game, it puts so much pressure on the other team. There's a bit of frustration there showing from Boaster, despite the fact that they're 6-3 up. But they're still only one round away from getting ecoed themselves. This whole time, the economy has been on a knife's edge.
Oh, it's been back and forth, hasn't it? Neither side really being able to build up any sort of money in the bank. And Boaster this time taking a aggressive approach, just pushing deep into A lobby. There's a smoke at the back of it and that dart, so he does have peace of mind that nobody was pushed back. Spam now, and it's the same play by Sentinels. They're just looking to see if they can apply some of that pressure into Garage, break the doors, break the util. Should be able to hear that turret close as well. And their goal is going to be to break that.
All of that A lobby utility and Boaster spamming is trying to fake that Fnatic have multiple players pushed up towards A lobby. This dog is going to notice that either there was nobody there or they've all dropped back. And look at how Fnatic react now. Instantly off the Trailblazer, there's 3 players at A. Do Sentinels commit? Or do they turn it into a fake this time around?
They're worried about that contact play. So this drone, oh, it's just mistimed, isn't it?
This drone is useful for Fnatic, but it gives Sentinels a great timing. They can just walk through after this.
Taking it. They know off that big piece of util and the dart being committed.
Paling fokus dia.
Yet still Fnatic are holding with players close. There's a Seekers now. Fault line through, that's just going to be used in response to try and slow them down. Even the flashes, Tens can't quite see a thing. Even beefed his flash for his own dash coming through, trying to spray it down. Boaster does help them.
Wait.
Okay. 3 kills for him.
Lah, itu Boaster.
Rotating
Ya Allah,
around.
polos banget.
No time on the clock. Tens. Percentage play now knows that there's not a
Kocak
chance in
nih.
hell of him winning this round, so just has to save the
Dipolosin
rifle.
gitu.
He's going to get a backstab on Boaster here, but Boaster's already done the damage. Amazing defensive calling, and also, he's playing so much more aggressively in this game than I've seen from Boaster.
And the difference maker there, honestly, was Boaster fighting really hard for it, but Chronicle actually helping him out with a util.
Sure.
That was the difference maker when Durka was holding that just by himself previously.
Ayo Tens, gendong mereka Tens.
Chronicle's util there was
Semangat.
fantastic. The fault line, the flash, it caused Tens to beef the dash. We might see it in the replay as well earlier.
Satu.
All of that was just used excellently, and Boaster is playing so much more aggressively. You are right.
Yeah, he's got confidence. I don't know if he's been working on his, aim labs routine or what in the offseason, but he's taking map control, challenging these players. He's not scared of the heavyweight big hitters on Sentinels. He's just taking it to them.
That's what you need. It's a kind of attitude, mindset that you
Whoa!
really do need. Oh my word.
It's the same kind of pathing from the pistol round, but it doesn't work again.
Yep. Just too many stray blades just landing all over the place there. Gets a couple of the players low, but Wow, that
Rada
shot just being
geter
found.
pisaunya, guys.
And this is disastrous. Sentinels need a miracle here because going down 8 rounds, giving 8 rounds to Fnatic.
Brutal. Really, really brutal for them. They do need a miracle. Who's going to be the playmaker? Target's broken. Cosmic Divider cut across now. Moving forward. Sassy has to hold this. He knows he's being pushed. There's the first opener. Still Zekken. His positioning is known. A pop flash play. Moving forwards. And Zekken isolates the fight, but eventually shut down.
Kenapa sih ngebak-ngebak
Really,
itu?
really well calculated there by Fnatic, making sure that they didn't overstep themselves, didn't give too much away.
Very solid retake, and at this point, an extremely good half from Fnatic. 8-3 with a potential to go 9-3. Either way this final round goes, Fnatic have put on a really good performance here. Their retakes have been excellent, and apart from a couple of good moments from Sentinels, they've been able to work the defensive rotates into a position to shut down the pushes. We haven't seen things unlocked as much as perhaps Sentinels would have hoped for.
Patah-patah Ben, ya Allah dari sononya ganteng nih, gue pause nih, gue play lagi.
Operator fight taking place. Durka wants to try and take it, waits it out as well. Smart from him, doesn't immediately go for the turret, just waits for it as it's being activated, just in case a player slips up and makes a mistake and peeks before it's ready. Ten's even going for a shot of his own as well, almost reacting to that jump peek.
But now they know Tens is opping on attack, and that means that they should expect Sentinels to be playing a little slowly.
Yeah.
So Fnatic don't have to be as aggressive in terms of reclaiming the map and looking for information, because they know that if they just kind of hold tight, Sentinels are going to be working a pick for probably the next 20, maybe even 30 seconds.
They know it's going to be a slower paced round, and look at this reposition by Alfie. Deep push to the bottom of C. An area to map, honestly, that hasn't been explored too much by Sentinels. When they've been going for these C hits, oftentimes it's through Garage, so this could be a really valuable backstab position if they decide to go for the C hit, which right now just a contact play, breaking that alarm bot, but the positioning is going to be known now with 40 seconds remaining. Durka looks down the one angle. Still going to be holding it down. Rolling Thunder to push him back. Wants to take the shot before it goes through.
Ya, nggak dicek.
The extra layers that I was talking about
nggak dicek.
earlier. Locked and loaded. And it is disaster for Sentinels. 2 players left standing with Depp falling all down the second. A nasty shot to be found, but Alfie once more with that consistency.
I think so many people were coming into this match wondering
Sentinel Ben
which
asli
team would have the
Fnatic.
better super team. Is it Americas or is it EMEA?
Terus guys. Coba kita lihat the left set.
Outstanding first half from them.
Biasanya sih yang gua bet kalah. Kalian berharap aja tuh.
Going into Haven as well. Very ready for it. He had so many different looks and changes to their defensive setups, honestly.
Allahu Akbar, apaan tuh? Anjir.
Let's send it down to the
Apaan itu,
break
bro?
down the first half so far.
Thank you so much, Brennan Sideshow. What a
Masih ada defense
half
bench, silakan
for
ini map attacker.
Fnatic. They look absolutely filthy. I might need to take a bath.
Di situ,
Yeah,
oh
I
di
mean, they
situ
looked
itu.
incredible in that half. The defensive-sided call
Kira
from
media share.
Boaster was great. But what impressed me most was their ability, even when their initial plan failed, to come back and still be able to win out rounds. And I wanted to take a look at round 7, because this was a really cool idea that I think they pulled out with this gambit. They switched the off over to Alpha and had Durka dashing into mid off of a stun, a dart coming through lobby, and that Sophus Hunter's Fury.
Wow.
It's quite a good idea, but he got punished by Zekken. It looked like Sentinels was going to be able to win this round, but Fnatic in the mid round had a good adaptation. And a lot of that was Boaster's aggression. The casters talked about it. He gets up, he gets his, and he sets his team up for this really strong retake back into the C site. Sure, Pankata got things closer to clutch, but overall, Fnatic had control of that half, and Boaster's calls were solid.
Yeah, I mean, nasty with it there for Pankata. So close to being able to clutch that out, and had he been able to, that would have stopped a bit more of that momentum there from the side of Fnatic, who were able to string together 4 consecutive rounds right there in the middle of that half. But now, it's on Sentinels to try to bounce back, and one of the ways they're going to be able to do that is with 10. So let's go ahead and we'll take a closer look
Tetap GE fighting, ya Allah.
silence from him and Durka, because from the
Bisa PR
outset,
sekarang sih,
Durka
Bang.
really kicked things off. He upped the pace immediately, and then 10, it took a little while, was able to eventually catch up.
Yeah, that he did. And now as we look towards this second half, I think it's going to continue to be defined by this Jet head-to-head, how both of these players are being used by their teams with their decision-making on that attacking side. Tens has looked good thus far, but what Fnatic has had is better coordination as a team. We're seeing the individual moments, but it still feels like the coordination could use a little bit more work. I'm looking towards Def with this defensive calling.
Yeah, it seems like Coach Mini and Boaster's prep work has definitely paid off here on Haven. And look, I mean, this is what you expect suspect on the pick of I believe this is a Fnatic.
Apaan tuh?
So if you really
Kan sebelum ulti nih bang. Ultinya gimana bang?
all according to plan for Fnatic, how does Sentinel try and bring this back over to the casters?
Anjing lo Din.
I love the highlighting there of that jet head-to-head between Durka and TenZ.
Ah, kan tuas
really
dis.
are just carrying the weight of their team now as they're heading deeper and deeper into this Haven match.
Oh,
TenZ is a player that is quite interesting as well.
Sentinel.
He's had such
Pelatih
high
Pongli.
Dari
2021.
Pongli.
Just
Pesan. Sentinel band.
Makasih gocapnya Pongli, alhamdulillah make di gua.
Made against him.
Yeah.
This year 2023 Josh seems to be
Pelatih ini map 1. Map 2 baru Sentinel.
Toe to toe with the top heavy hitter teams once more.
I completely agree. On this pistol round, he's got a Sheriff in his hand and a desire to find a first engagement. Playing it short, same kind of place that we saw Durka looking towards time and again. But Fnatic are moving in the opposite direction. Looks like they're going to try and focus.
Kayaknya Sinatra lebih baik dari TenZ yang sekarang. Kalau Sinatra lebih
some kind
baik,
of
mungkin
C-split.
Sinatra harusnya lolos VCT-NA.
He's going to put a lot of pressure on Def in terms of his anchoring.
And Def's having a bit of a rough one so far. He's
Mungkin
hit
dia
a
belum
couple
menemukan
of
tim
nice
yang
shots,
tepat.
but sat at the bottom of the scoreboard, 4-11. Just moves off the C site as the drone comes in.
That's what's two. Even gets a stun off as well. So what is going to be the reaction here from
Manuk
Sentinels?
akal kita.
Tara going through. It's a fast play. They just want to fight this one.
Uy.
In Barrage. There was a flash over the top. And
ngebak lagi, Bang.
Advantage. Just trying to again beam them down with that frenzy clip. Not working out. Still.
Kenapa main makan McD?
Players are low on either side.
McDian.
Yeah, it now gets a bit awkward for Fnatic because they don't control Garage and they also don't control C long.
And still with the dash enabled. Here with the back of the side. A little jiggle. Maybe opens himself up here, but this close position by BOCIL could be everything for them. Tapping away, still just holding it a little bit too close. Flash dodged away, and TenZ claims the second at the back of the site. It's all for Leo to do, and unfortunately just cannot withstand the onslaught that was coming his way.
That is what you want to see. Sentinels with a lovely retake, and also TenZ finding his opportunities.
Ini channel DBangkongS, Pongli salah channel bro.
Awkward by Fnatic. They're holding a flash
off channelnya
TenZ
Ocean.
already killed the contacting player before the flash is anywhere near coming through. Look how late that flash was. TenZ with all the opportunities to take two 1v1s. And I think you're right, Brent. This year is set up for TenZ's redemption arc because
apalagi itu namanya GTA FW.
just absolutely on top. I think he still holds the record for the highest ACS of any kind of MVP candidates at big events. His performance at Reykjavik was unbelievable. Yeah. But there's been so many questions
Inggris.
about,
Di
has this
Depok.
guy still got it?
Lu batu
You
ya
know,
Pongli
does he
ya.
just want to be a streamer? You know, all of the same stuff that people say whenever people get too popular. But he said, when Sentinels were forming this team, he said to the head coach, listen, I still want to compete. I still want to be the best.
Yeah, still wants to try and make his mark on the global stage, that competitive environment. This is a weaker buy for Fnatic. Pancada, okay, taking the fight right to them. Fully blinded up. Durka does landed a pretty easy kill, but ultimately left in a 1v3. Gonna need to channel
Suka-suka lu win.
something unholy to be able to win this.
Mending lu orang like dulu
I've
daripada
seen
manggil-manggil
Durka
gua.
win 1v3s on Haven A before.
Enggak FYP nih malahnya nih.
But I think this one does look a little too difficult. It's also one that Sentinels have got to win.
Yeah, I will say 50 seconds left in the
Kenapa
round.
like mulu dari sononya?
He's cutting noise just by
Dari
walking,
sononya
but
ngeglitch.
He's watching this angle with a little jiggle peek. He doesn't offer any more as well. Look at that. Just gets the information and backs away, playing quite patiently.
He knows that this is going to pull the defenders towards A. But he's a bit slow to rotate off fully and try and get a free plant on C. TenZ is thinking about it though. Has to spread out again just in case Durka's made a mad dash to the opposite side of the map. But I don't think this one's going to be dangerous.
Yeah, with 20 seconds left.
I think actually Durka's at risk of not even dying.
Yeah, you don't want to save this this weaponry into this round right now. Have to be going for the plant or something. Nano Swarm preemptively popped off.
Oh yeah.
Def ready for it.
Will fall.
Saatnya SOP round untuk Fnatic.
So we were talking about the difference between these compositions. And Sentinels comp has the ability to play really aggressive.
Oh lu ngeselin lu ya juar kentot. Diam lu anjing.
A lot of stuff.
Kalah mencet gua.
Power tends to take really aggressive fights.
Rewel kentot.
Maybe we see that here. TenZ has a Marshall, so not the best synergy in the world to work with, but I think a big push towards A lobby might net them some.
Kalau Sentinel dapat bonus bisa comeback.
Fight over this one. That's 4 players from Sentinels
Oh,
grouping
rewel
over.
banget lu, 2.0.
Area.
Gua streamer poweran!
Util exchange on either side. The dart being smoked off, so goal of this one, pushing Pancada up close. Now, probably with the contact of Tens with the Marshal, that's where the paranoia is going to be let ripped. Have read this quite effectively, I think. Now, not willing to really just offer any easy kills towards Sentinels. Instead, they're going to be contacting to a completely different area of the map.
Yeah, they've found the opening. They have found the gap.
Keras bang, iya keras.
And Def is going to be asked to do a lot. Def and Pancada also full bought in this round, so they'd be in a challenging spot if Def goes down.
Can't be losing this rifle early. Here's the dash through. Tries to go for a bit of a spam kill here, Leo.
Bang, ya. Apa
He's
bang?
being isolated, surrounded right now, but yeah,
Oh shit.
holds the angle and Sassy just wades right into him.
Gak dapat bonus kayaknya, Bren.
Alfia's back there. That
Oh
flash
shit,
was
kena flash sendiri.
second, a bit of a self
What a
flash
joke
there,
by
but
Zekken. Let's go.
And now things are getting horrible for Sentinels. They kind of need to just save 2 weapons into this round.
You really do.
Aduh, si Dep lagi buah bat,
They got
sumpah.
destroyed before they were anywhere near setting up for the retake. And Fnatic just got the easiest round of their lives, and Sentinels have
keren,
2 players that can't buy this round.
When you're 10-5 being the scoreline, such a difference.
Terus bang, nggak dulu kayak.
You
Eco.
need every weapon, every advantage that you can carry forwards. So what they're going to be opting into. It looks like the replays are going on. I can see the money that's going on. It does seem like they're opting into just forcing up into this round, but it means the weapons are not good. Pancada's
Di London guys, England.
This is going on in this setup.
Yeah, this is last chance desperation mode for Sentinels. They need somebody to go huge, and Tens is not here.
All that YouTuber just being dumped through. There you go. Fault line. It's not on the one side. Sentinels opting to just completely get out of there. So they want to play for this retake now, but the weapons, like I said earlier, are just not good for it. I mean, Tens has got an operator.
And Sassy's also got no flashes. One is going to come back online at some point in the round, but they're really relying on Zekken's utility, and I would give Tens the rifle. Yeah, they have done that, actually.
Swapped it around, so Sassy holding the operator now. We'll see what Tens
Ada
opts to do.
gosip, oh yeah.
Rips his way across, including the stun as well. Finding a one fight, no! All just being met pound for pound, match for match.
Yeah!
The crossfire just far too potent from Fnatic.
Miskin deh.
Chronicle claiming 4 in the round.
Kemarin lagi rame gosip ya di drop dari Sinai. Kenapa tuh di drop dari Sinai, bro?
Memories of that final map
OP-nya Tens hilang, ya kan?
Haven, where Sentinels lifted the trophy in his head. With memories of that going through his head, he has delivered such a good performance right here, as on the beginning of his revenge tour.
Yeah, starts here.
This is absolute dominance from Fnatic. Sentinels look like they are completely out of the game. We saw some flashes of brilliance in the first half, but other than that, the coordination, the utility usage, the game plan ideas, just all in favor of Fnatic on Haven. This was a great map pick to start things off.
Making it 11-5. Fault line to push back the players there. Now, look at this. It's a risk to be taken. Rolling Thunder though being set up. This is Chronicle, and he's going to clear this through all of A. Players trying to hold close. This is going to catch on to them, right? He's far enough back. No one from Fnatic might be able to swing off this though in short. They're playing pretty far back there, so
Not ready yet.
what are they waiting for right now? Maybe a bit of util to come back? Yeah, it's Leo with the dart. Waiting for that recon to come back online.
But I do think these short players need to be a little further forwards. Now they start moving their way forwards. They're into good space. And here we go.
To start, and that's it. Everything just sent flying. Updraft right round the corner. Even the aftershock.
Dah.
Sublime placement of the utility. So well executed. And that double stack. The risky play by Sentinels here on their weaker buy does not pay off. Fnatic looking so damn ready to take that 12th round, set themselves up on map point.
It looks sublime, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's so good.
And Fnatic are going to take that step closer to taking map 1. And it would have to be an almost impossible miracle run for Sentinels to mount any kind of comeback. Fnatic look so in control. The game plans are gorgeous. Brent, a lot of the times, super teams do not live up to the hype. It's obviously way too early to call it for any of the teams in VCT with the year just starting. But I like what I'm seeing so far from Fnatic. They
Bang, jangan
haven't just strung
marah-marah.
together a bunch of
Buset.
good players on their team. They've got a
Gue
nice
lagi
game plan,
makannya
good ideas of
disangka
roles
marah-marah, bro.
and how the synergies are going to operate.
Yeah,
Betapa swastanya mata ini.
very nice from them.
Anjay, Jose.
This is do or die for Sentinels. This particular map.
The recon dart is also so good that Leo throws, because if it gets broken, they breach on. If it doesn't get broken, it
Kenapa
clears out
makan
short
ini,
and
Mer?
they know that they don't need to
Makan
breach on
McD,
that
pilihan
position,
terakhir
that
udah.
they can save it. You know, there's serious thought process.
Kan belum
been
ada
put into
dessertnya.
this.
Dessertnya apa ya?
And this is one of the things that Fnatic always does, is start out tournaments with amazing ideas.
Yeah, including this one. Shark Dart over the top. Land right at the front side of B, so that's going to be just clearing out all that utility. It was popped off early though, Durka. Draft dash play. He is stunned up though for the moment. Even the darts are clear through the back of the site, but this is Sentinels that now need to answer with something else. They're close to a couple of ultimates with this plant. It's going off and there's no problems whatsoever. It's now setting themselves up into the post plant. What an opening. With Zekken falling, you don't have that breach utility. And how do you win this? Cosmic Divide to cut the one side up. Tens. Never open a for him. Seekers though going to be spreading out into the side. Trailblazer even missing. This wall so difficult
No
to try
sky
and burst
flash.
through. There is no flash to break through this. And time is ticking. Finally it regens, but already the fight being taken. Sassy trading out.
Okay.
Winning it Pancada with the flank. Reflanking through. It's all down to Leo. In that 1v2,
Ya Allah!
one fight isolated, half on a defuse. Sassy sticks it. The percentage play, there's no way you're sticking this all
Oh
the way.
my god, this stick Sasi berani banget anjing.
The absolute cojones on him to make a play like that.
And
Mie
for the
goreng.
first time in the series, we see
Wow.
the value of adding Sassy and Pancada
Nutup mie
to
goreng.
this roster. That duo just played so
Mangkoku
well
sih,
towards
Col,
the
enak
end,
mangkoku.
and I'm speechless at what Sassy just did.
I mean, when you are literally on map point, why not? Throw caution to the wind.
Seemed like an unwinnable position for Sassy, and yet he gives Sentinels one more lifeline.
Ya Allah, nasinya
Still
belum
not
habis.
looking good. For all the heroics, it is still not looking good.
Gonna take it one step at a time, one round at a time if you are Sentinels, because, like you said, Josh, there's still Fnatic in that driving seat. Knives now going to be ripped out for 10. Still, that's going to be a lockdown. Instantly, the Hunter's Fury is used. Leo was ready for this one. No hesitation. Players falling left, right,
GG,
center.
GG, GG, GG.
Just cannot capitalize.
GG dikit cuan.
Sassy, the last man standing. He's handed an easy one. The barrel of the gun just opening out a little bit too wide. Drone tagging. It's going to push him back. Just hoping for the re-swing there with that pre-fire, but Fnatic are looking more than ready now to take this one. Surrounding him, the reposition. Look at this from Durka. Into the back of Garage, it's just unwinnable. Layers of utility, no one giving him an easy fight. Beams him down, but left to 5 health. And the doubled up positions, look at it. Waiting it out with the patience. Intelligent play from Fnatic. And they take map 1 in this series,
Fnatic, bro.
13-6.
Good
BOCIL Sentinel nggak pada mau nge-like dulu apa? Stuck di 50 gitu?
Completely in control from about the middle of the first half.
Easy gini guys, aduh coba lihat dulu uang.
Not just Boaster's calling,
$250.000 dapat berapa nih?
Wah,
500.
Super strong.
Bah.
Sentinels going to be hard pressed.
Balik lagi duit aku $2 juta guys.
This Fnatic team is not messing around. They're worthy of the title so far of Super Team.
What an interesting series we potentially have as well. The fact that Sentinels
Map 2 kayak Sentinel bisa lah, ayolah bawa ke map 3 please
that
banget.
has haunted them throughout the entirety of this org's existence. But
BOCIL Durke mantap.
it's going to be interesting. We're going to be finding out just on the other side of this break just how the rest of this series is going to be playing out.
Bentar adik-adik. Ayo naruh feeling dulu ya. Ya lu nya nge-base Sentinel Ben biar menang. Oh. Wes mangan ora. Fajri. Ah, Fajri siapa, Col? Datang ada Fajri. Aduh. Napas minum dulu bentar ya. Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim ya Allah. Ya itu. Oh, yang itu. Nih, ini guys, gua kasih tahu nih. Nih. Nih, ini kan? Ini Col ya? Oh. Bener gak? Fajri set boy? Oh? Ini lu Col? Oh? Oh begitu. Kayaknya gak lu Col. Kenapa lagi markir? Hah? Sekarang gak streaming markir Col. Ini besok malam, ini lusa, ini besoknya lusa. Oke. Coba kita lihat kompon kita udah sampai mana guys. Alhamdulillah. Anjir, ada salju beneran.
Tiba-tiba ada kaki.
Anjay, udah sampai salju bang. Info skor beneran Simes 1-0. Oh, info skor tuh 1-0. Simes udah sampai mana?
Ini.
Lah? Oh, udahan mang? Mas?
Kok mau follow sih?
Oh iya, mingin anjing. Pak,
Lagi capek kali dia.
Game ginian ngentot. Ya, udah terima kasih banyak ya buat hari ini. Kita lanjut ininya besok. Memang gua hari ini niatnya cuma 2 jam sih sebenarnya. Tapi kelebihan jadi 4 jam. Betah gua main game ginian ngentot.
Enggak, 3 jam Mas.
Kita lanjut besok atau lusa.
Sini nggak ada ikan apa anjing?
Seperti biasa. Ini gua
Susah,
bakal kirim
sama kayak sana sama-sama nyari sekop. Oh.
Jangan lupa di like juga di sana. Doain gua lagi.
Ini lu udah pada makan belum anjing? Geli banget anjing.
Oh, dia pergi ya besok ya. Andi, terima kasih udah join member.
Tadi dia suruh follow kok. Tuh. Ngebak anjing dia ya.
Kalau saya masih nih.
Bunuh dulu dah. Bunuh dulu dah.
Di gua dia nggak ada.
Iya, bunuh dulu Cil, coba Cil. Iya, bunuh dulu Cil, coba Cil.
Ya enggak, Mas?
Ada.
Colca Cola, terima kasih 7 bulan Colca Cola. 2 hari lagi ada acara sih Mas.
Taper gosong, emang bisa
Oh iya,
gosong
bener
anjing?
juga.
Kayak nggak bisa. Kayak nggak bisa.
Bisa anjing.
Kok bisa gosong ini?
Anjay 7, bentar lagi Enif.
Ya, goblok ikannya jadi tai, bro.
Masih lama, Col, 5 tahun. 5 bulan.
Ini dulu deh.
Ah, saya ada stiker baru ya.
Apa kata ya?
Di salju nyari apa, Bang?
Lupa yang ngentot.
Cabut, cabut, Udah cabut ya? Udah cabut ya?
Ngentot.
Ah, ini iya nih sampai bersalju ini anjing.
Ngebak dia anjir.
Ntar nih lagunya ngentot nih. Gak bisa nih orang sehari tanpa lagu. Mati apa?
Aduh. Mama ada nunggu kasih ntar ini.
Mama tadi nggak sadar masih streaming, tapi masih pakai baju kan? Sabar, gue pengen nyedot dulu dikit.
Ayo, ke ini dulu. Bikin armor dulu nggak sih?
Oh, tiap orang beda-beda. Enggak, sama kok. Spawn awal pasti di helikopter. Section judulnya apa? 303 PM. Si Ose udah jawab belum kan ya?
Lu mau ngomong yang di mana?
Bang? Si anjing armornya udah full ya tuh. Kayak pakai bone bikin dia terus sama lift.
Santai, bro.
Oh udah jawab. Nyari apa sih katanya?
Ya.
Apaan jawabnya anjing? Tadi Ki ya apa? Yang kedengeran tetap. Dingin bang habis hujan. Iya, sama di sini juga dingin.
Gak bisa autoran apa nih ya?
Tadi menang siapa? Sentinel. Tapi bohong, menang Pedatik,
Ada logo bulan sabit merah ini.
Lagi main apa nih?
Tuh tidur, lu pakai energi bar ya?
Wah, si Susan bermasalah, guys.
Oh, langsung bakar aja kali ya kalau ada ini.
Bang lagi nonton, Bang.
Yeah, that was
Bang Susan.
game where you look and you're like, there's just no way that Fnatic are gonna drop this one. They just looked so.
Ini ada si Udang, guys.
Sentinels are obviously gonna be left picking up the
Yang
pieces.
hijau-hijau
But,
dulu ya, Mah, ya?
you know, let's actually take a gander over at Horizon high speed moment of the match, and we're gonna give some love to Chronicle here. And,
Nah, iya.
Jimmy there. We're gonna
Jadi
give some
ngikut
love
lu
to
pesan
Chronicle
MCD,
because
gas lah.
honestly, guys,
Makan
you
kita.
know, again, the two new
Gue
players
sebenernya
coming
nggak mau
in for
makan
this
tapi
team
lapar banget.
have popped off.
Yeah, I mean the supportive utility from both
Oh lagi non bang, iya nih.
well coordinated.
Lagi non bang.
Yang mana ada dua.
Wah, mati ini gua.
Bisa gua kasih,
Kau ingin lebih bahagia.
Anjir, suara gue udah nangkep dia, Cok.
Hujan lagi Ben Jakarta, buset. Hati-hati banjir lah ya men. Kalau hujan mulu mah.
Di badannya.
Kemarin soalnya di Bekasi juga hujan mulu tuh kata si Jaka. Takutnya banjir.
Mutilasiin sih. Kamu sih.
Mampus OC gede. Itu ada armor tuh Sen.
Megang bakaran bego satu.
Ada armor itu Sen.
Kan?
Itu ada armor itu. Armor
Ini dulu
gede. Di bibir juga. Di bibir. Hah?
Wah, saya mati gua anjing.
Di bibir hujan, Col. Gimana, Col? Oh, di Bogor. Wah, kacau si Susan ngantuk anjing.
Nggak ada health gua.
Mending ngopi dulu nih Bang Susan ya, gua rasa nih. Kan banjir di bibir saya jadi
Bakar cil.
Itu flare.
Ini cil, gua ada bakaran cil.
Sesuai namanya Sus ya kan? Sus.
Cabut dulu deh. Cabut dulu deh.
Ya.
Aduh, mati gua. Gua mati, bro.
Auto sih emang nyebelin Col asli, ho. Lah kok mati, Bang?
Mati, bro. Cabut dulu.
Oh, darahnya nggak di
Lari dulu.
isi darah, Bang. Darah, Bang. Bang.
Bunny hop anjir.
Astagfirullah. Udah pick aja nih. Kita lihat.
Prime Gaming Game Select is underway, and you know what, Redgar, you were talking about, you were curious what Fnatic were going to be busting out here so
Chronicle.
far, and we're going to get some explosive gameplay.
Apakah dua duelis? Sage duelis. Udah bet belum dong? Yuk, Sentinel yuk, coba. Map 2 yuk, please be good.
Fnatic as well. We've seen this double duelist comp come out from
Aman. Gue nunggu agent pick tadi.
Struggled to shut it down on their defensive side. Also for the side of Sentinels, another new role for Tens.
Aduh kacamata gue Gue harus cuci muka nih ntar nih. Aduh, udah pusing bener.
You definitely clenching the butt cheeks because this is definitely gonna be a bit of a banger here as we get ready for split. Are we gonna get a map 3? I want to see this one go all the way.
Sentinel bohong. Lihat dari tadi penyemprotan Sentinel like-nya hanya 100. Kamu bohong.
much, GB. Yeah, I think that's the hopes, isn't it?
Kamu bohong.
Landing on that, that proper, really drawn-out series. Map 3 would be fantastic, but we are going to an interesting map too. Split is what it's going to be. The Des were kind of alluding to it as well.
Kenapa cilok bentuknya bulat?
Exit as a team, you see that.
Nah, kalau kotak jadi tahu cibuntu, Bang.
But the rest of Sentinels not necessarily so.
Nih, gua kasih ketawa karir sendiri.
It's not somewhere that Sassy and Pancada have historically been strong or showcased much of anything, and Tens has had his struggles here. His demons have arisen, playing the Jet,
punya abal-abal Sentinel, iya. Furia nonton.
Maps. But I think the most important thing is that Zekken should be empowered. He's my player to watch on this attack side, because his breach, very underwhelming, super rough performance, but his raise should just be so much more fluid and allow
Bocil
him to get
Padri,
aggressive
emang
and
tahu
get
Col
into
Al Padri dari mana?
rely on his fragging.
Much more confident pick for him.
And the whole comp is a very Xset comp coming out from Sentinels.
Yeah.
It is a Def, an A-Rin kind of composition here. It's loaded with a ton of
Tahu dari mana tuh?
It can take map control. It's really good on the defense side too. Big clash here though in ropes.
Yep, already going to be trying to take this one.
Buset dah, Bang Durke anjing.
Durka takes the first shot. Chronicle had his back, even with the disengage at play. So it's left Sentinels with a player disadvantage. And it's 3v4 now, looking to regroup with the rest. Or at least with the space that Pank has gained ever so slightly.
Dari tadi. Lagi searching dulu, guys. Kota sama Mbembe.
Pressure over towards A heaven.
They're reading it.
But there's already 3 players here.
Yeah.
And
Kok tahu dia, guys?
Alpha's Cam sees into B heaven. And he's not worried at all.
30 seconds left.
Oh my.
And so Durka lines it up. Right down the angle, a single shot will do it to the chest. Sassy, don't stand a chance. All up to Pank with no time left to even play in this round. What can you even do in this
Jadi pengen ranked kan gua nih.
to try and plan A?
4 bro.
Durka's hitting shot like this. I mean, that is just
Round 3 ulti ini mah.
Durka has been a land demon at almost every event he's been to. I think
dia nih botaknya lebih beton penatik nih daripada Sentinel.
But the team still did fairly
Mr.
well
Porke.
to around the 6th spot. It's not like he was bad, but my God, when this guy is on form, when Durka's playing his best, he's up there with, the top 3 players in the world.
Buset dah.
At times he looks like he could be the best player in the world.
Duelis paling beton anjing nih orang.
This Fnatic team is going
Adiknya
to
juga bisa. Enggak sih.
What a beginning for Fnatic.
Oke.
It's a critical pistol round for Sentinels to just get a bit more confidence in the series, seeing if they could try and fight back after losing that first map. But now this Judge in play, this is always dangerous. Much more passive wall, but still going to get broken nevertheless. But it gives good information that players are close. Def just trying to go for the jump peek. With the right click in play. Now a nade as well pushes off that angle. Leo taking quite a bit of damage. Just trying to get out of there. Even a self-heal being used, so he'll be topped back up, I believe, to 100 health.
100 lagi dong, kan 30.
Being thrown in there too, just so that Chronicle can grab a little bit more information and presence, controlling B heaven.
Ini kayak visi sekarang seru dong.
Split is entirely
lagi nih tim-tim franchise semua, bro.
It's about
tim-tim yang harusnya kuat-kuat.
got B main, Chronicle's got B heaven currently.
Tapi pasti ada yang
kalah. There's still a lot of info that Alfie is providing on the A side.
Bocil yang dukung Fnatic.
Sentinels
Wow,
are a little
sangat
stuck.
nyambung.
Obviously just pistols in this round too, but in these kind of rounds, Def is probably just going to be feeling out what the defense looks like. How do they respond to different things? Where is the Cypher setup?
He is going to be supplementing this entire push and
Ini dia nih.
fall down.
Bencinya di split, di judge.
Late lurking through B main.
And those 3 kills from Chronicle to put us up to a prime game in Flawless. He's now 2 away from his ultimate.
Very important.
Yeah, massive. Chronicle as well.
1-0-0-0-0.
Now on map 2, playing Raze for us. And well,
kalau nge-vape terus kayak meleduk gitu, kenapa ya? Hah? Bentar. Nge-vape? Dar gitu.
This guy, we've seen him up at the top playing all sorts of different
Gua sih nggak tahu ya.
And his fragging has never been in question.
Yeah, I mean he's been such a flexible player.
Seruan ARF sama Hike tadi, oh jelas.
He was so on split as well at times.
Oh yeah.
Anjing gua nggak tahu Chris itu sih.
Not afraid to
Kayaknya lu ngisep gas dah bukan ngisep vape.
This is the investment round now from Sentinels. They've got guns online in their hands.
Kalau meleduk terus gak bisa nyala lagi dong.
And look how much faith they have actually in
fuck?
Durka to just hold on to A heaven, sorry. So now Alfia comes to reinforce. They're going to play a bit of a retake setup if Sentinels burst into the site.
Yeah.
And Alfia and Durka are going to be fighting both incredibly good fraggers.
Bibirnya melepuh. Iya.
This heaven
Bis
position.
melepuh banjir tuh.
Watch for. Flash goes all the way up top there. That is an instant trade. So Durka only going to be claiming the one. Double satchel across. Alfia could be the difference maker. High ground position. Crosshair placement was not good, but he uses the cage to get back out of there. Site's going to be gained.
Panas dikit, aduh hati-hati dah Chris dah. Takutnya chipnya atau apanya.
Tens had the spike in his hands the entire time. We'll get this plant down without too much problem. Still, Fnatic, they've maintained and held on to control of Heaven this entire time and looking to re-clear now through ramp down into main. And Boaster holding this paranoia. This is a big play, ready and waiting. It's going to be ripping its way through. It's going to be attempts there. They're trying to hide through the smoke. Showstopper letting it rip over the wall though. No one watching for it in a spray.
Oh my god, Dep. Dapat timingnya naik wall anjing.
What a big triple kill from Def. But also fortunate that he was on the right side.
Okay.
He was hugging the very edge of the smoke. He knew that he wanted to go through it, and the timing just ended up being impeccable. I think a very big difference there too in terms of how Fnatic were approaching the retake. On Haven, we saw them strike immediately.
Tens, I love you, anjay. BOCIL Tens.
A moment to set up into a post plan. Whereas this time they took a bit just to set up and make sure that they're all approaching, but it let Sentinels get a bit more comfortable.
Definitely some more hesitancy there.
Walking down mid
so
with the op.
aggressive.
Durka was doing this on Haven too.
And they're doubled up.
Oh!
Primed and ready for
Let's
the
go,
collateral, but
Dekan.
denied at the final moment. The high
Akhirnya si botak
time's just not paying off there for Durka.
The reflexes from Zek.
Oke, saya harus
that one.
nyender dikit.
Almost ready for that one. Sentinels, the way they played it, like they anticipated a push down mid. Another fight being taken.
Alas ya boy, alas ya boy.
Oh boy, Satchel's missing. Leo
Boy.
just tries to bail him out, but he does pay with it. With his life in the process, now backing away.
That wall has a little gap for Chronicle.
Anjing, wallnya gila itu 200 IQ guys, sumpah.
On top of it too.
Yeah.
So I thought Chronicle was just
Ada
left out
gapnya,
to
anjing.
dry, and instead, Leo's given him a little safety spot. This is a weird round. Okay, so Pancada's created some pressure over on A, and that's pulled the rotate. Boaster, for maybe the first time in this series, has a bad read on where this is going.
That's all left up to Chronicle to try and deny. Wall still in the hands of Tens. He's going to be using it, slow into the back. Now the wall's up. Chronicle doesn't look to try and push them back. In fact, just pushing down into mid. A contact play from him.
Nge-lag lagi bang. Bang, ya Allah bang, lagi nonton.
He's going to meet him. Yep, face to face with Chronicle. What a util still to try and push them back, but that snake bite, it's quite nice. Means it
Kocak nih.
anybody following up on the boom bot. Now
Kalau saya baru enggak baru-baru juga. Enggak baru-baru amat.
Aim of the game going to be trying to delay. Boaster with the paranoia goes too wide, actually a little bit too high. Pancada's still alive in this one, and there's a crossfire setup. The re-swing, an adjustment of the aim finds the target.
Alpajri, awas.
Alfia swinging across. Position is no now, but Sassy reveals
Untung
it
lu
still.
Sassy.
Will lay claim to the kill with Alfia falling? That's going to
Dari
be
kena
that
chip
second round
mode-nya
on
aja
the
sama
board for
baterai, ya langsung bawa ke toko VP itu,
So
Kari.
far, an even map.
Masa nge-pep meledak? Meleduknya meleduk gede gak sih?
Heavily invested. The
Kan
operator
saya
on
jadi
Durka
takut.
got shut down immediately. Everybody else full board. Sassy coming up with the goods in the post plan. Really nice stuff. That duo again. The defending champion duo of Sassy and Pancada. So solid.
Kecil.
Really difficult to get through when they're set up and in
Mungkin
position.
cuman meledak kapas kali yang pertak-pertak.
Sentinels now should have an opportunity to start building up a few rounds. Major pressure though with Durka. Pops the Blade Storm and they go for something really aggressive. Driving everybody into Alpha, yeah, who has a Bucky on B.
So I like this idea from Fnatic. Based on their weaker buy, obviously they need to try and force position.
Tuh kan?
Sentinels are not wasting too much time with this one. They actually pop the Seekers off into mid.
Oh, nice Tens!
Okay,
Tens!
the wall finds two. Straight away opens it up. There's going to be no danger.
Jet!
Alfia anymore. Still Chronicle.
Anjing, meni.
Does have that bulldog in his hands, but Sassy also watching the flank.
Koilnya iya, koilnya kali putus. Dar gitu.
And he tries to take the fight anyway with the frenzy. Just not too favored. And It's another day in the fire and
Sharp,
range for
sharp,
Pancada.
sharp.
Cleans it up
Oh, sharp.
nicely.
And gets his ultimate online. Really important that Pancada
Padahal air
was
hole-nya
hunting those kills towards
kebuka.
the end, because a Viper's Pit can
nggak
easily
tahu.
win this next round. If
I
they
have
can get
no
on the side.
idea, mate.
Tens, that's the second time that when he walls out into B, he's been on top of it. And obviously he gets a great punish there. But I'm wondering if Fnatic are going to start reading into this a little bit and just be holding for him being on top of the wall every time. I think the most important thing, though, in this round is, can Sentinels get into a post plant for Pancada to win?
Dua Brazil, masa nggak panas-panas? Alhamdulillah.
It's been quite slow by Sentinels. You're seeing really glimpses of that exit attack side calling from Def in the past when he's played on this map.
Definitely agree. Look at where the cam is as well from
Wah,
Alpha.
nagabab.
Pancada's kind of... Pancada and Sassy have faked a bit of pressure up towards A Heaven, but Alpha knows that it's not real. And that's going to allow Durka to rotate off, and they can just leave the whole of the A site to Alpha.
They're still holding it for the time being. Mid, just being contained. Deep flash there into ropes.
Efek coil dingin.
Sentinels were trying to do on Haven quite a bit.
Kalau coil dingin kayaknya enggak ada. Si Chris kan tiap hari make ya.
Just contact up, but this wall is going to be causing problems now.
That gives Sentinels a ton of space, though.
How do they want to play around this?
Thunderstorm Jakarta, buset.
Oh, you gotta be joking!
My God, Tenjet!
Spacing there just not quite good enough, and Fnatic.
Buset, langsung loncat tuh temennya tuh.
This is a save round at this point. And the only thing Fnatic are hoping for is that maybe Pancada gets panicked and uses his ult for no reason. This round is
Meledak
over.
langsung tuh Bang Tens.
And all down to tens.
Being the playmaker. This guy, we
on
were
a new
speaking
role.
about him, man. Yeah, new role. 2023 really is the year of redemption for this guy. You know, he's playing on a map where we spoke about it historically. His performances were
It's
never
not
good.
human,
Anjay.
it's not human, bro.
Past, but
yeah, he's had occasional performances where he goes nutty on Jet, but his team still looks scrappy. His raise was never that great, and there were a lot of narratives about him being poor in elimination matches and stuff as well. Yeah. Frankly, the guy just has a microscope on him because of the size of the audience that he commands.
I mean, the guy set the standards for star level performances in 2021.
But I like what he's doing there, and I also think that was a bit ill-advised from Fnatic to be challenging this super heavily. It's not a great one-way. We've seen teams run it before. I think Yampi on
Streamnya ngapa nggak tahu ya, aneh. Baru refresh dikit dah. Kayaknya nggak ngaruh deh emang dari sananya guys. Dari sananya kocak gitu.
The reason you guys like Elden Ring is because everyone hates
that much.
Oh, best content creator.
Fight it until the very bitter end.
Si Scream, watch party Scream.
And I'm sure that
Il voulait reprendre le B-main, mais...
Scream. Watch party si Scream guys. FUP Ben kagak. Kalau FUP gue mana bisa streaming, ganteng. Di ET juga sama nge-lag. Nah, udah berarti dari PCT-nya.
But they need to make sure that they don't lose players too early. For example, when Durga walked down mid and they just lost a player off the rip. And then where Tens grabs 2 in B main. Because they're not actually forcing Sentinels to go for big site execs. They always have an advantage by the time they're hitting the site. And that's a big difference compared to Haven, where I think Fnatic had 13 of the first kills.
Which obviously makes a massive difference.
Yeah.
If you're heading into most rounds of an advantage like that, playing a 5v4. But off the back of this timeout now from Fnatic, they look to invest in those weapons. Boaster on the weaker buy, half armor across the board as well, so not the most ideal of situations, but we'll see if the adjustments come through, like you were saying.
Mapcetnya atau Tero, split sih harusnya ya. Harusnya bukan stabil apa sih namanya? Seimbang.
So this doesn't feel any different for Fnatic. Up until they all
harusnya seimbang sih kalau
Right
split.
now, you're going to see the double satchel play
Anjing.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Jadi kepanasan, Bang, wah.
Just as Sentinels try and collapse into the site, space being gained, Pancada does hold, but still no.
Konyol, si Durga masuk ke tengah-tengah orang anjing.
And that might have given an opportunity for the two
di antara si Dev sama si Pancada, kocak banget.
The spike, though, is in such a horrible position. And a triple crossfire. The camera's still up. Everything is stacked against Sentinels.
Semuanya patah-patah ya dari
They have a
sananya.
hope.
Hope and dream. Still, the camera's going to spot them out. See that wallbang angle? That's just off the cam. Spots the player, pings it out, and you wallbang him through the box there.
Bisa gitu ya timingnya kocak banget.
That exchange of fire. 28 seconds left. How do you find an isolated fight here, Fnatic? So
Itu, dia nggak lihat Leo. Pankada nggak lihat Leo. Tuh kan baru diping sama temennya kan, kocak.
The wider swing, Pankada wasn't ready for it, and
Cak si
Alfia, what a
kocak,
cleanup on that
cak.
guy. I mean, firstly, let's just adjust. I mean, I don't know.
Sudah
We're going to talk
kelihatan
about that first shot from
tadi.
Dirk. Show me a replay of something, because that was, I mean, I was speechless. I'm speechless.
That really is superb. And he knows where Zekken is going, so there's a bit of anticipation in that as well. It's not just pure tracking. He knows that he's trying to land on that high ground, but it's still such a gorgeous shot. And Durka and Alfia just playing off each other perfectly. That's the thing in and out. That is the first time that A setup has properly been tested, where they're ready to receive it. In one of the previous rounds, they did go A, but Alfia was trying to get back into the site through elbow, and they didn't quite know what was going on.
Paling bilek.
I'm not sure Sentinels are going to go for heavy hits, but I do think they could still follow this dog and try and control A. The camera again in a really nice spot from Alfia.
Alah, smokernya mulu yang keculik, Bang.
This time they fight it.
Oke, di repep, Bang.
They get that deep position. Does he know the cam's there?
Pankada. Aduh, nggak pala, Bang.
I mean, just should never have been favored in that fight yet. Comes out relatively unscathed. I mean, dropped to 27 health, but the kill claimed, and that's the important part.
And since the timeout, all of these first fights have been going the way of Fnatic.
Oh, ngelek.
Good information here too. Leo's walled off B main, so they're not too worried about that. They can put a lot of focus towards B heaven. I'm not exactly sure though why Chronicle is leaving right now. Okay, now he returns.
Yeah.
Just in time,
Si
I think.
Tensi main B-main terus ya. Nyaman deh.
Being set up though. Fnatic, massive advantage with this one, and a contact play. Zekken just tries to take the angle. Paranoia and an A to push them back. Wall not even close to fading here.
30 seconds left.
Oh shit, distance.
Interesting angle that Tens is looking for. A clean shot into this one.
Maju, Tens.
Peek by Chronicle. We've got a lot of information now. Time running so damn low. Only 18 seconds left in the round. What a flip from Sassy.
Raptor, bang.
Does he anticipate
Bang.
though? Drop down. That's Boaster close. And fight still being won out. It's down to Tens. Spike has to be picked up. And the pressure is on.
Oh my god, Tenjet!
He's just got
spare.
time.
Yeah, he
Bang, like bang!
Solo though. Rotating around. The heal's going to be used. Back up. Healthy.
Bang, aduh,
still in that 1v1. Isolating the angle, and Turka is just waiting it out.
Turkanya di atas, Bang.
Locking down the angle on top of the box with that operator.
Astagfirullahaladzim, Bang!
Has the dash. Waiting to see what he can do. Slowly creeping
Tens,
and
gini,
crawling
Tens,
down
Tens.
the ropes. Not
Tens,
making
gini,
any
Tens.
noise. And it's just going to be a game of reactions. Who spots who first?
Anjing lewat!
Tens delivers.
Fix the luck tuh, fix the luck. Treat.
What a
Luck,
performance.
Bang, luck. Coba lihat
Tens has
tarik.
been masterful
Pasti marah-marah
on this
ditarik
map
nih.
so far. I love the timing that he takes past the wall in B main.
Ya
And then the
Allah.
skill demonstrated from Tens and Sassy to be able to win that round is
Berokan,
superb.
guys.
I think Fnatic's defensive setup was really good. In fact, I think the macro game so far has still been better from Fnatic. But that doesn't win you games.
Coba lihat tarik.
Sentinels running away with this. But that doesn't win you games.
Ya Allah, sama guys.
Fast showstopper play.
Zekken yang menang anjing.
And these fast plays, when you throw them in, just how slow.
Woi, jedak-jeduk lagi.
Of course they're going to be capitalizing. Of course they're going to be coming up
Oh,
with the goods.
Durka needs something here. He might get all two.
Okay, nice
I thought he
trade.
was going to get both of them. They almost lined up, but the trade is there from Sassy.
Yeah.
Safe again, not even a point of damage. And
Ini
now
kenapa
Fnatic
tambah
really
parah ya, Bang?
3v4, and like I said, split is about map control.
Di Indo juga
they have
begitu.
no
Nggak tahu
idea
dah,
if
coba
someone is
ntar ya.
into ropes. They still
Udah
have
aman.
this cam from Alfia.
Tai, jangan usah
I
ngomong.
think the desk was talking about it. The Sentinels are not
Orang
putting a premium
Indo.
on breaking this stuff. They didn't break the Killjoy utility. They're
Sabar.
not breaking the Cypher utility either. But they are still finding a way around it.
Facecam?
I love that guy.
Di semua cacat. Sampah banget ini Valorant semua, guys.
It's going to be broken though. Alfia
Semua. Rata.
Now to try and hold this down. The Cam's quite good at spotting out a bit of
Ya,
that.
kita lihat Valorant
Angle
jelek-jelek
tries to
ini
go for
namanya.
spray down there with a stinger, but now just backing away
Gak
actually.
usah bikin
Opting
turni
into
dah.
the
Wow!
Not even willing to try and play into this one. If Alvia can claim a rifle, it's going to be not too bad for them, but still. Another round on the board, piles up. And committing the pit is actually...
That is a big W for Fnatic. Do you remember what I said a couple of rounds ago?
Yeah.
Where Fnatic were going for a save, and I said, the best they can hope for is Pancada gets scared and just uses his ult. Well, it happened here. A 4v3, it's not a bad time to use the ult. And of course, he can't know that Fnatic are going for a save.
turni.
But they're going to be a bit frustrated
Video
about
pakai apa? Pakai
Nevertheless,
Vegas.
it's a round on the
Mantap
board.
cut.
They're still going to have an economy advantage heading into the next, into round 10. And Sentinels with 6 on the attack
Itu juga
side
sama atau
is
nggak sama?
looking
Semuanya
super
rata.
good. Bren, I feel like Split is becoming an attack-sided map from what we've watched in Lock-in.
Please
so
fix
far.
stream, let's
It
go.
feels like teams are really being able to
Bang,
get a
ayo,
read
Bang.
on how to create ramp
Fix
pressure.
the stream, Bang.
get
Let's
into
go,
heaven.
Bang.
A lot of teams playing heavy duelist styles.
So
It's been difficult for these defensive teams.
Bang, ini lagi seru ya Allah Bang. Please Bang, benerin Bang.
But Fnatic, I think, is still going to be explosive when the side
Bisa
swap.
bener-bener PL.
Durka and
Mereka emang
Chronicle.
lagi doyan T-back sih. Tuh, T-back.
Duelist composition that they are running.
But they still need to get rounds on the
T-back.
board. Sentinels cannot be allowed to run away with this,
T-back.
otherwise we're going to see a complete mirror of Haven. Which I suppose would be only
Mungkin dari
fitting.
Brazilnya lagi ada masalah nih, ada problem
Slow
guys.
from Leo. That's just a bit of conditioning. Dirk has been opping that angle.
Ban,
Just from
tiban.
Making sure that they
Tiban.
keep adding these players into the early rounds.
Oh, berhenti. Oh,
It might have
It
slipped
just died.
for just a
No.
moment.
They
We're back
they
in
just
the
told me
game,
that
though,
they're
don't
trying
worry
to fix
about
it, so maybe.
Minute 10, and thankfully nothing happened for just a moment. Just a bit of slow mid control, and Sassy coming around the corner, just contacting in.
aman ini.
Quite far
Yuk,
out in
aman
the
Bang.
open there. We'll see what can be done. Leo does have a res available, but already that pressure's being applied to him and starting to squeeze him. Nade rebounded off the side, sets him up again. Tens an easy kill, especially when his target is rotating this way, that way. Alfia
Endorphin has become sponsor. Hah,
One
mana?
shot to find. The crossfire setup boaster quick
Mana
to
yang join
respond
membernya?
again in kind, holding that crossfire setup.
Oh, ada di atas Endorphin, makasih udah join member ya. Ya Allah, ketutupan ya Allah, sorry Bang.
Alfia's anchoring has just been
Kelihatan Bang.
tested on the A
Kocak.
site, delivers.
Kocak
tested on the
jadi
B
nggak
site,
seru nih.
Absolutely immaculate again.
Technical plus please.
And the cages are working.
Technical
the
pause,
tricks are
Bang.
working, the positions he's playing are off his teammates. And just relying on that ability to take.
Oh, Akbar. Gak usah dilihat-lihat Akbar. Mampus.
Get a fourth, and they save themselves from another eco. I'm liking the Cypher setups as well that they're going for.
Tuh, kalau mau dilihat gitu.
Alfia obviously was a Sentinel main before he started playing Duelist for Fnatic. So he's really comfortable in the spot. And I gotta be honest, Brent, my eyes are still over towards Zekken. I'm waiting for that big moment where he showcases the skills that we've seen from him in the past. Can he crack this
Nonton
open
dong,
and
join member kagak lu pada mampus. Si Abu diserang mampus.
Onto the side, and it's just a contact play. Sentinels moving all the way through. Fight has to be taken here.
Wow, keren banget itu killnya, langsung tibek.
Taking out Pancada. Chronicle as well, just making sure to try and cover that angle, but there was an instant
Udah kayak
trade.
kita main di PC kentang ini guys.
It's so
Juar
strange,
tiba-tiba
though.
mati.
Durka just controls the main
Pusing
entrance
sama.
away. The spike is
Kita
not
tunggu aja sampai benar.
Seconds walking into spawn, things are getting
Member
chaotic.
doang kagak
This is gonna
saweria.
come down to
Wow.
individual decision making.
Kan kita sosiabas Bang, gimana Bang?
Individual moments. Gonna be forced out of Sentinels. They're gonna have to shine, but
Di Twitter komplain semuanya streamnya lag. Tuh, nih si Agus nih Ingpo nih, Kang Ingpo.
what little time they did have is starting to burn away.
Kenapa aku di TO? Nggak tahu, tanya si Col tuh.
Play actually with the orb. Let's see if there was any punish there. No, Durka was holding inside the smoke scene.
Aduh si botak.
But now time is running really low. Jumping through into the smoke. Durka
Alah konyol nih.
waits it out. Patient enough. Snake bite
Konyol.
across, through, and it's down to just
Konyol.
Spike nowhere near him. Unable to make a play in this moment. So Fnatic grabbing that round on the board.
A really important one for Fnatic too, because this starts to bolster their defense side. They've won the pistol,
Nangis lu, no.
Out of the next 9. It's not been an incredible performance by Fnatic, but the score on the board is what matters. And they're drawing things level with
Aduh, puyang bentar, guys.
the score on the board is what matters. And they're drawing things level with a comp that's probably going to be attacked.
Valorant berhasil.
All right, 6-5. We're looking good. All things considered, I think this has been a good half.
A vantagem da Sentinels tem que fazer 7º ponto agora. Perfeito, mas tem que tomar cuidado porque o Dirk tá querendo o jogo, ele crava muito avançado. E já vem então rastreadores para pegar a informação, vem o Lobinho também, o Saci vai gastando tudo que pode para afastar esse jogador. E o Bolster vai preparar a paranoia.
Di sini aman, suaranya telat adik-adik.
O que é isso, Bolster? Leva 2, o Dirk de Operator. Aparece bem no round. A situação complica para Sentinels. Apenas 2 jogadores vivos. Pancada, consegue segurar. Faz a troca. Fica ali numa situação.
Offsets it with his own movement. He's going to be favored into that fight. So, Spike now starting to go down.
Oh, bentar, coba gini.
Lifting that 2v4. Fnatic looks
Sabar.
primed and ready for them to just make it a nice even score line. Nade into the corner. It's going to be pushing them away, dropping down. If they get a wrist from Tens, not able to find it. Satchel up top. One more kill.
Gak bisa, guys.
The pressure is on, and it's just unable to finalize it, to put it away.
Pankada udah dapat 4 loh.
They claim the round. They're going to be making it 6-6.
Suaranya N, gambarnya BR, gak bisa. Tetap telat, tetap sama aja. Emote only chat. Nah, biar gak ribut.
Yeah, end the half with like no momentum. Like 6 should be enough. So pistol especially.
Mas Pet! We're gonna go to a break here, a 5-minute break, and we'll be back with the next half.
Nah, apa tuh?
Where we'll show you the remix version of Sentinels Fnatic.
Pihak catering PCT login lah. Video apa tuh Bang Catering? Tuh si Mas Pet. Nah, ini harusnya dibenerin dulu ya kan? Coba kita lihat tanggapan dari Bang Tarik.
All I got is like a boom bot. I'm pretty sure they're trying to fix it.
Nah, udah gak apa-apa, yang penting benerin dulu ya kan?
Or like the sage wall.
Biar kita enjoy. Maulana, terima kasih udah join member Maulana.
That's what I'm saying. Let Viper play mid and then control mains.
Twitter komplain dimasukin kan nggak tahu dah ya.
2-1-2.
Yeah, because holding the site will be too hard.
If
Even
they
going for
let
one
them
and
have
getting
A
off.
ramp or B main, it's gonna be so difficult to hold the site.
Yeah, I
The
mean, it
problem
seems
is
pretty straightforward.
I know how Pencana plays, and he's gonna play really defensive B site.
Enaknya
It's gonna
Tarik
be
kamu
bad.
nonton jam 2 siang, setengah 2. Enak banget.
Yeah, I mean, the adjustment seems straightforward, but it could just be maybe they have a different solution to it. But I think what you're saying makes sense, though. Contest the mains, because these guys, if you let them up close to the site, it's
Nobar sampai
fucking GG.
T1.
No
Tergantung
tower.
kalian. Kalau kalian mau nonton,
Just gonna drop
gas.
spot and then smoke. But the problem is like
Kita juga
they were
setengah
relying
2.
on a
Iya,
sage
aduh,
slow, right?
Kinder
To
Boy
stop
paling lucu
the
banget kan.
hits, but it's
Two
not
guys are
gonna-
fast.
They're fast.
Pang. Mending kita lihat dulu nih udah sampai mana kompon.
Stone error, stone 2.
Stone Arrow.
Bikin bro, gue tungguin bro.
2.
Amanin nih stamina.
Ya udah dapat bow yang
Center
bagus.
Terus oksigen tank. Oke.
Bau yang
Nyedot
bagus
dulu,
belum ada.
Ini rusa bisa lo itu.
You are cold and wet. Berarti
Mana
kalau
itu?
misalnya di salju nih harus bawa obor.
Jadi kayak dingin lagi ya.
Iwan rosternya yang
Di
serem
atas lagi
siapa?
bukannya ada
Faker.
ya,
Nih.
Di balik gedung, di balik
Nah, nih.
apa?
Ini paling serem nih. Lee
yang
Sang
itu
Hyuk.
tuh,
Faker.
gunung itu.
Ini paling serem.
Ada satu titik hijau dah, hijau apa ungu gitu.
Bedanya malas Oasis apa? Beda dah. Bangsat Hasagi gitu. Channel 15 jam ya tadi ada gacha ini spin. Dapat 3 jam.
Aku save dulu dari sini biar kagak mati anjing.
Malam ini banyak tim explore. Wah, banyak satu Indonesia, guys. Yang Andi Jul juga pasti nih. Enggak.
Namanya hijau-hijau ini kita nih.
Enggak main Andi Jul.
Gue yang tadi ya.
Tadi kita udah kesana.
No, Gustian Rek, DNKT tuh. Depore semua.
Barusan kan yang tadi kita mau ambil makanan segala macam. Yang depan tuh kalau mau tuh paling.
Iya yang depan maksud gue.
Yang dekat sungai.
Damara. Oh.
Nah itu di base tuh ada.
Hutan bareng Paris tuh. Paris doang yang dianggap, guys.
Yang pasti jangan dibuang anjing.
Kayak bentuk kayak rumah gitu mah, itu apaan sih?
Windah juga iya tadi gua lihat Windah.
Kita nggak ada loh.
Ada di gua ada. Itu apa temple?
Igoy. Lah, kok remove Igoy? Egi, Subato Egi ya? Oh enggak deh. Waktu stream apa nih?
Gua masih ada base sama bahkan gua skip.
Loh, main Naruto aja.
Mending ambil dulu aja sih. Lumayan sih, lutannya sih.
Masih Hilda main.
Kecil ini. Oh, lu mau lawan.
Oh ya kan Hilda, Hilda bukan di cafe ya.
Oh nonton si Hilda.
Baru jauh banget anjing.
Salah ya?
Nino bening. Awkward.
Sini ngentot by one.
Lah ini mah kita udah lewat guys ya.
Iya.
Mau gue bawain oleh-oleh mah.
Toxic FM.
Ini depan gua nih.
Oh ini.
Lagunya copyright. Igoy masih Subaton, oh masih.
Masih jatuh
saja. Kemarin udah real life Ben sampai ke gunung-gunung ngapain dia?
Belum mati, jatuh doang itu kena panah gua.
Aduh. Ya ampun.
Anjing. Ngeguling gitu, guys.
Kalau udah jatuh sih belakang lu, Se. Gila, enggak.
Ambil pelor Sen.
Ini lagi. Bakar-bakarin nggak sih biar dapet ini?
Apakah akan JP malam ini?
Hands down, and we hope to have a fix as soon as possible. We thank you all so much for your patience. We hope that regardless, you're still enjoying the matchup, and we thank you so much for joining us here back in the analyst desk as we get ready to discuss what we just saw in that first half. Because you know what, it's kind of like that meme. They had us in the first half. Not gonna lie,
not gonna lie.
All right for them so far, but I just got word that we are going to be jumping back in the game. So apologies for that. Let's actually switch back over to the casters and get into the action. And then we'll talk about
Oke, let's go. Sudah beres. Aman, bos. Aman, bos.
Back in the action and hopefully
Let's go.
Not too much stuttering. Sorry about that. I was chewing on the cables earlier.
Udah capek banget nih, sumpah.
But yeah, back into the match that matters now here between Fnatic and Sentinels. Map number 2, of course, is the Sentinels that need to take it.
Ini apaan ya?
They have any chance of staying in the series and staying in
Ini
the
tempat
tournament.
airport deh.
This composition is so good on the defense side, but this pistol round is going to matter so much.
So important. A lot of time for these teams to think about what exactly they want to do, but already you can see a lot of players of Fnatic just grouped up. Double duelist play. The Excels are just fast burst into the side, a bit of a jumpy from Tens. Not sure if he saw them there. Smoke going to be placed now up into heaven. Paranoia also primed. There's a dash
Oh,
forward,
nice Tens!
Interesting.
Good
Yeah,
wall,
blocks them off.
Tens. What the fuck? Oh my god.
Moves one of the available positions that they could have just been swinging from, but the counter wall play. What a play to make and what a call in the moment still. Fnatic
Lab
overwhelming
bang,
them.
jangan replay. Coba donate. Lab gak?
Did not look ready for that one.
2 players left alive, Zekken and Sassy.
Anjing wall dia.
Make it work here.
Sebelah
They're in
gitu.
great positions to deny the plant, and the pressure is actually on Fnatic.
Yeah.
But Zekken's just so out in the open. And his crosshair placement, there's no way he knows where anyone's coming from.
Yeah, no one holding that angle, so Chronicle just contact pushing all the way up.
Gila belum ngeplan loh.
Into that 1v3, Spike should be able to go down without too
Di
many
respect
problems.
banget sih Sasi.
It's Fnatic just waiting right now for the walls to fade away so that the rest of the team can help them out and get that clean plan off. There you go.
Fnatic with this pistol round are going to be starting some serious momentum unless Sassy can work a miracle. But I think it's just far too much. He'd have to hit outrageous shots. And Alfia is equal
Guys, dengerin guys.
I feel like this is a rough day for Zekken. The amount of times we've seen him caught out is brutal for a player of his caliber. The coordination and the game plan just helping all of the Fnatic players stay on the same page a little more than Sentinels, who we've seen players get caught out and not be able to find the value.
Yeah.
No force buy either from Sen, so they're just accepting that Fnatic are going to go up 8-6.
Playing it safe. Heavy presence from them in towards mid, but
tercumbek.
A great opener there, claiming that pistol round.
Suaranya hilang Bapak Piciti. Pak.
Looking to try and create some space,
Bapak
but Sentinels are not wasting
Piciti
any time
suaranya
already.
hilang.
Making sure that they can fight them.
Pak. Suaranya hilang Bapak. Audio Bapak. Coba kita lihat lab set lagi guys ya. Sound still lagging audio. Nah, gitu
I want
dong.
to talk a little bit about how these compositions work though, because
Ini
Sentinels
upper
comp
apa
is going to
lower?
focus really heavy
Nggak
on
ada
mid
lower
control.
bracket.
They're going to have Astropoles, Viper Walls, you know, nades, so much stuff.
It's a single
Fnatic are probably not
elimination.
going to be able to get mid control very often.
Oh, Budi
But I
Brazil.
don't think they need it. The double duelist compositions excel at bursting out through one of the choke points really quickly and applying a lot of pressure to the
Ngintut
anchor.
temennya sama Jordi.
So, both teams have slightly different goals in terms of which area of the map they want to control. And this is going to be our first test. And Sentinels, they've got to come out on top here if they want a chance at continuing in this bracket. This was their map pick.
This is the one they have to win out, but Fnatic would love to close this out in 2. Early obstacle for them in the entirety of Lock-in, and we've talked about the hopes and dreams of this Fnatic squad, this Fnatic team, including BOCIL. This guy who's just had his eyes on a trophy for so long.
That is a really nice timing on the wall from 10.
Refresh ada nggak ada, tapi sudah pulang.
And they were just starting to group up on A. I think they actually could do the same thing again though. All get close, Leo walls up, and then they explode off the back of that. We'll see what choice they end up making.
Looks like that's the plan. Not making any noise. Oh.
If they do go for that, look how much pressure that's going to put on Sassy.
And spot it out. Here's the wall go
good info.
Has to back away from this one. Quick dash.
Allah, anjing nih orang jago banget dah.
Nails the shots.
I think Durka was the only person on the wall. He had to win that.
When it does. Side's going to be claimed now for Fnatic. What an opener for them. Sentinels left grasping in this one. How do you
liquid essential belum?
salvage this situation?
Belum nyoba bang.
You have positioning onto A ramp. You've got to clear through all this utility. Screens also is there for them. And look at Alpha.
Bisa jongkok gak sih? Ah, nggak bisa.
This one trip is very nice, and Alpha just has the precise positioning. Second just cannot catch a break right now.
Aduh, ten sendiri Ajik ngepicknya.
Crosshair placement.
Tapping dah.
Amazing for this, and Sentinel's forced to save.
Mending trik speed 3
ya
kah?
Need to keep the rifles moving into the next one, but steadily.
PUBG so good.
Feels like this map in this series might just be falling away, crumbling.
Ya habis guys, babau rep.
Fnatic winning the bonus round is massive for them. They're going to have a ballooning economy. Sentinels are put up against the ropes here. And their defensive game plan fell apart because Fnatic have the ability to get up, over, and around that wall. The wall is supposed to give them some semblance of control in A main and allow them to rotate their players off to the other side of the map. But when Fnatic is so happy to just use their own wall to get over it, or, you know, updraft dash, blast pack, whatever, they have so many tools to be able to get around that obstacle that it means Tense's utility is not quite as useful as it otherwise would be against other teams, other comps. Def is going to be hard-pressed to come up with an answer to this.
Time being taken.
Udah 2-0 Meraka, latihan kurang.
From the coach as well.
Emang Meraka mungkin karena tim baru, jadi Meraka harus lebih banyak lagi turnamennya ya. Beli liquid online biar dapat bubble wrap. Iya dapat anjing yang item. Gua kan selalu online fix. Makan apa? Makan ini. McD tadi.
Hasn't been playing that aggressively on the attack side yet. Durka is way out in front. If they can shut down Durka with
aku doang apa tadi emang nge-lag? Oke, nge-lag lagi.
But be ready to receive him. If they can shut down Durka, they'll rip off the tip of the spear, and Fnatic are going to be a bit stunted on these pushes.
Mereka Meraka panas banget. Iya, panasan itu.
Unbelievable form in this series so far. He's currently 18-8. He's just
Apalagi di Jakarta Vapers bubble wrap bejibun pastilah. Namanya orang dagang.
He's been a true difference maker. One away from that ultimate as well, but you are right. It's going to be the key for them. Putting a stop to these dash engages. Finding a way around it.
And a lot of the time, that is going to mean that Sentinels need to give space. When Fnatic invest really heavily, they need to walk backwards and absorb some of that aggression. Alfie is looking to absorb aggression over at A main right now.
Oh, trying to take the fight there, Sassy. A wider swing, but just a weapon not good enough for it. Sheriff in play, and that's an instant answer. Look at this from Fnatic.
A good mid-round call.
Yeah, players swarming that position. Neural Theft going to be giving great information as well. On top of this, and while Zekin tries to reposition, he's just caught out in the open.
That's actually Alfie's ultimate, giving them that kill.
TenZ might try and make a play though. Trying to go for that crouch jump onto the corner. Definitely impossible in some circumstances, but the weaponry is just so poor right now for Sentinels.
Yeah, and Def and Pancada need to save here, or they need to save at least one of the rifles. Pancada actually can buy into the next. So maybe he's just trying to keep the Fnatic economy under wraps, but Fnatic are going to be looking to buy for a long time yet.
Yeah, this is them.
You can't do too much damage.
Sailing away with the game. The map and the game. You nailed the jump peek then, TenZ, but...
Ben apa?
Cheeky little
Ben
peek
DC
there,
oh.
maybe rip a head off, but...
Apa Cil? Nonton Cil?
Oh no, he just gets away.
Biasa, gua ini.
Apa tuh?
Reaction.
That is not
reaction.
Sorry, bro. Right? That is supposed to be a mid-round call that, all right, they're getting aggressive on A. We're set up to punish them with Doka and Alpha, yeah. So now there's going to be an opening. Let's exploit that. I like the balance of set stuff with the
mid-round. Lagi nyoba ini nih. Lagi nyoba kondom buat ini.
Could be wrong, but Doka, I'm pretty sure just activated his ultimate by mistake there as well.
What, at the end of the round? Oh yeah, it's gone.
Airport.
Yeah.
Okay.
The right click
no worries,
but okay.
They don't need it.
Listen, they're ahead already. 4 rounds.
Goblok
Why not?
nyangkut anjing airportnya.
Adjustment made though, Sentinels. It's going to be the Satchels. Working their way forwards, Fnatic trying to gain control of this. Slow orb at the feet. The players in a choke point. This wall is so interesting. What a...
Lihat tuh botak derkejik. Ya, sekarang suara casternya hilang, Bang. Kocak nih turnamennya.
Wah.
Kenapa nih?
Aku rank. Itu gue lagi reaction ya, masa suara tembakan doang ya?
Apa nih? Ntar gue lihat komennya. Dripcaster.
Yoi bro, cari ke left lon.
Ah udah kocak dah, gue udah nggak bisa nge-caster ini mah. Ya Allah, clutch gak tuh? As.
No, I think that smoke was a little bit.
Parah gimana, kayak kecil banget ya? Iya nggak sih Ben?
Iya. Lah hilang sekarang. Bang? Lah.
Nggak beres anjing.
Wah kocak nih. Lagi kocak nih sumpah. Brazil, apa nih Brazil?
Nggak bener ya? Brazilian production kurang nih.
Nggak tahu nih. What happen nih di sana nih?
Kasihan Tarik anjing.
Kasihan Tarik. Tarik juga kasihan.
Makanya.
Gimana nonton di Tarik juga nggak ada suara?
Gue nonton di Tarik, kenapa suaranya kiri doang?
Itu suara temennya.
Iya.
Can't use that yet.
Si Tarik juga lagi error Ben anjing.
Oh iya.
Suara ambisinya cuma di kiri doang. Kalau lihat set anjing.
Ya Allah, sedih amat.
Bermasalah semua, bah. Anjing lama bener ini.
Ini nggak ada hype-nya, sumpah nggak ada hype-nya nih. Bentar. Saatnya pindah ke Valorant ID Jik ini mah. Valorant ID dulu ini mah udah paling bener.
Karena mungkin langsung banding ke depan. Dan kalau dia tadi entry dari Derke yang ketika Derke tumbang di awal jalan buat Sentinel mulus untuk dapetin round itu, dan ini akan menjadi round cepat karena semua pemain sudah berkumpul di depan mulut dari B-main.
Wah,
iya ini seru nih round ini nih. Ekonomi mirip lagi kan oke, udah cukup sekali aja ya Dep.
Nggak kelihatan ya?
Jangan
kelihatan masalahnya.
Buat kedua kalinya dah, sumpah.
Lihat seperti yang udah gue bilang, bakal ada tabrak game.
Lu nonton di mana?
ID. Bahkan nanti match-nya lihat tidak berhasil untuk diberikan space untuk memotong minionnya atau bahkan mencuri buff merahnya, karena emang kalau misalkan sekarang masih
kok caster double?
Saya ngambilin buff merah
Makon.
tidak takut men.
Udin!
Apapun dia hajar balik di
Lu doang tuh Ben.
Iya.
Trailblazer ketahuan sudah Chronicle, tapi Boster dapat 2 kill.
Bingung gua, Cil.
Dari mana? Dan heal diberikan karena Darsa juga menyumbang 1 kill.
Lu emang lu Din, gua sampai bingung Din.
Rata-rata kalau orang yang jago chamber gantinya pakai jet Ben ya.
Iya.
Derke nih.
Jet pasti.
Tersisa Pankada. Pemain ini
Tapi sebelum ada chamber emang user jet juga sih Jik.
Tapi Fnatic tidak
Banyakan.
membiarkan hal tersebut terjadi. Semua
Tens doang nih anjing.
udah diisi kecuali
pakai sage anjing.
Bisa didelay secara cepat.
Ada Zeken Jik.
Dia hanya nge-tag, dia
Bagaimana?
main aman, dia tahu dia nggak
Iya
boleh
sih,
blunder
Raja si Tens kurang anjing.
di momen
Iya.
ini. Tapi kayaknya dia menakut-nakuti.
Kan pertama kali kada pas dia pakai ini kan, map ini kan ya.
Udah nggak ada lagi waktu.
Yang waktu itu pertama kali
Yang TSM ya?
Pankada bisa nge-retake round tersebut. Dan
Yang tensnya Kayo ya nggak sih?
Sudah
Enggak yang pakai Riz yang baru awal.
Iya Riz.
Ngepak koper dan pulang ke bandara. Lagi ini kalau sampai pulang
Mati dong ya.
Sentinelnya sepi men.
Gue masih hidup.
Dilakukan force buy.
Gigi lu mengenang.
GG nggak Ben?
GG sih. Gue juga sebenarnya udah predik kebantai sih Sentinel. Apalagi thumbnailnya Wilson.
Ngapa?
Lu lihat thumbnail Wilson. Ntar udah error gak sih? Oh udah aman nih yang Valorant biasa Cik.
Udah aman.
Udah aman. Nih lihat thumbnail Wilson mana sih? Tuh. Thumbnail nunjuk Sentinel bakal dibantai Fnatic cuy tuh. Gue berharapnya lo map 3 tapi menang Fnatic.
Susah nggak sih dia? Sentinel itu kan kayak Cloud9 juga nggak sih? Line up baru kan?
Iya. Sulit ini eranya Derke cok. Sulit. Oh, Zekennya lihat tuh turu, Zekennya.
Kurang kenceng.
That's a scary position to be in for Sentinels. It's America's super team.
Ya suara Valorant yang ini lebih pelan ya.
Ya emang harus di 100%.
Just like the loud projects of last year, obviously, it's built for the long term. It's built for champions, but they were hoping to make a run here at Lock-in. They're gonna have to pull out something absurd to make that dream a reality.
Early slow orb, need to try and push back the angle. That's that pressure being applied.
Yeah.
Even the ultimate there into the back of the side. That's going to be clearing this one, and Boaster sticks it.
Jinx Boaster.
Paranoia. Does he want to open himself up a little bit too wide? Gets should punish that indeed. He does showstop around the corner. And the swings are there. Good trade in action. But the pressure is more than on right now.
Wow.
They make it nice and even. 3v3. Boombot destroyed. Another nade sailed right past them. And the wall just intersecting.
Lalu detik berapa cok?
Troubles. To the back of it, Tense was just so unaware of this. It's online.
Leo,
and this is shambolic.
Leo.
Sentinels left in a 2v4, all on Sassy and Zekken.
Leo Ben.
Kenapa Leo? Ah,
Masih
tepu
dong,
anjing.
We'll find one of the targets, get them into the site of
Udah menang,
Crossfire,
Bang.
and a massive play needs to be made. Showstopper.
Oh, yoyoy.
Claims two. The beam
Leo,
down from
Ben.
Sassy, and it's all down to Leo.
Leo Messi, Ben.
What a miracle play, what a miracle performance.
Ntar gue pengen lihat, sabar, gue telat nih. Anjing gila Leo Messi anjing. Gue potong rambut gila lu.
Bagus player dong ya.
What a game
Gila anjing
though,
Leo.
and what an opener for Fnatic.
Oh, gue duluan sih.
Showcasing that they are here
Tadi
to
gue
win.
kayaknya gara-gara
We said
belum
it, Brent,
refresh.
at the beginning of this year, if Boaster can't lift a trophy with this squad, I don't know whether it's ever happening. They are on a hunt, and they mean business.
Dadah, Tenjet.
Massive matchup in the first round.
Ya, Jekyll mau nangis itu.
We will have to say goodbye to them. We sent home winning this one, a brutal format, but pressure's on from the get-go. Tense situations.
Di map 1 tadi si Dep buah banget anjing.
Enggak belum debuff aja.
And it is going to be a long-term project. Sentinels are aiming for champs at the end of the year, but they have a fan base that is hungry for results.
And they demand perfection. I would argue that both of these teams' fan
Rambut
bases,
dong
Fnatic
kayak
and
ini.
Sentinels,
Biasanya
they have
menang
parallels in that.
di cut rambutnya.
Really demanding that perfection.
Yesus hidup,
Demanding
Yesus
that trophy
memberikan
to be
nyawanya dan
lifted.
bangkit kembali untuk
One player
pengampunan
right at the
kita
forefront of that. That's Boaster.
dan
You can see
keselamatan
him there.
akal jiwa kita. Nah ini ya kristenisasi di live chat. Hah?
And I got to be honest with you, I don't know what that celebration was.
Nyasar ke Paloran bang.
Could not make that one out, but-
Comments on a postcard, send them in with hashtag VCT Lockin. Oh, oh, it's served up on a plate, on a platter. I don't know. I'm grasping at straws for it. But that's a great way for Fnatic to begin this run. They've carved a bit of a path.
Tadi Jeboster sih entry-nya anjing
One
sih.
of their biggest hurdles look to be Sentinels in the opening round.
Lu mundurin di YouTube
Just
dah
how
anjing.
deep this team can get. That was quite clean. They showcased
Freestyle bola
great
anjing.
individual performance. Dirk with over 300 ACS on
Nah,
split.
gua sih satu sih belum kenyang ya.
One as well.
Kalau gua bisa ini dua-duanya ya.
And the teamwork,
Emang ada
the prep,
berapa?
what they showcased was lovely today.
Dikirimin dua gua sama Cila.
That's what you'd
Tuh,
expect
gas
from this
lah.
Fnatic squad, is that they have that preparation in spades, they have the set plays.
Iwan
Tuh,
dia
yang
nih.
ini blitz lagi anjing.
Has been lacking in the past of iterations of
Iwan
this
bisa
roster.
menang nggak ya lawan
Being
Furia?
ability to adapt on the fly. But I think what we
Si
witnessed
itu
today,
Jig siapa?
honestly,
Saya
with all the
player.
upgrades that Fnatic have made, that doesn't seem to be a
Saya
problem.
player.
Di The Guard,
There
yang
were
dulu The
many
Guard.
moments where they were instantly
Oke.
reacting, whether it was a call to
Tahu
wall
ya.
over the enemy Sage's wall,
Kayaknya masih Furia dah.
a showstopper play to try and punish. This team is very quick
RRQ
to react.
kemarin udah pulang dia kalah.
I mean, just heavy hitters. Scary, scary team
Wah.
heading deeper into this lock-in bracket now.
And for Fnatic, they always seem to be good to make a deep run. You know, they made top 8 at champs in 2021.
Onyx belum ada tim baru lagi dah kayak.
Sixth at champs this time
Enakan
around
blueberry
as well in
nikmat
2023.
apa yang blondies band? Enakan dua blueberry.
Can they get? Will at some point they reach a ceiling? Will they run out of the set strategies? All of those questions.
Sentinel
The
ada
answers
PRX
are yet to
2.0,
come.
kenapa
We just
tuh?
have to continue watching the Omega bracket play out. But I'm excited.
Yeah, and they did overcome that
Oh,
first
2.0 gitu.
major hurdle. Now you can take a vote for your match MVP as well. Scanning that QR code, Chronicle Durka Alfie, many good choices for this one.
I gotta go with Durka though.
Habis Omega gimana lagi? Langsung playoff nih.
An absolute
Oh.
animal. I do want to give a shout out though to Chronicle too, the
Oh.
best performing player of that.
Lot DRX, terus ini Omega.
The Masters 3 winners from last year. He looked immediately great again, slotting straight into this super team.
Absolutely.
Navi Secret, Navi, Leviathan Vitality, Vitality, FUT, 100 Thief, 100 Thief, Fnatic Furia, Fnatic, 100 Thief, Fnatic, Fnatic, Navi Vitality, Navi, Navi Fnatic, nggak tahu. Oh ya Jik, ada ini Jik, ada gosip. Katanya
Apa tuh?
si Yei bakalan di ini.
Dicabut ya?
Heeh.
Pindah ya?
Kenapa ya?
Iya, gua juga denger gitu sih. Nggak tahu.
Gue jadi kepo anjir. Ada apa sih? Masa gara-gara si Nine kalah?
Bisa jadi sih.
Tapi kan dia ngegendong anjir.
Nggak cocok kali.
Good thing this is single elim ho. Gue pengen buka Yei. Oh? Let's finish what we started. Marvet. We got break in 5, we're waiting. Huh? He ain't coming little bro. Huh? Swap sama Ardi seriusan? Gara-gara ini sih timnya nggak ambil serius pertandingan. Kalian masih ketawa-ketawa pas di tim lu kan enggak. Alah ngebait ini mah kali guys. Hah? Oh? Lihat gosipnya di mana sih? Di itu si siapa namanya? Siapa yang suka George Roster Mania is about to be insane. Gorg GDC nah itu GC nah. Sah benar nih orang. It's a possibility that Jay is off Cloud9. The team is considering change with some range ya. Wow. Putting Ardis on C9 and Jay back to NRG. Kocak sih ini sih. Kalau tukeran ya, kocak sih. Bener-bener cuma di trial doang ini mah. Dia kan yey. Itu pemain energi yang nge-troll pada LFT seriusan. Pada ngelihat di mana sih LFT-nya itu jokesnya? Pemain nomor 1 cuma di trial di C9 anjing. Udah nggak ada lagi ya? Di akun masing-masing, coba kita lihat. Som NRG mana aja? Ketimpa fakta mending turu. Aku tertipu. Di Som CS. I'm LFT guys, no word. Kontol astagfirullahaladzim. Kan lagi tuh. Anjing, dangdutan apa musik itu, buset, pogo anjing. Iya. Bang. Bang Memeo kentang bener, Bang. Ah. Udah mau gak jadi, Bang. Dangdut Cybertron. Ji, ngapain nih dia? Sabar. Oh, lagi bikin VFX. Tebak skor yang bener, JJC-in saldo. Oh.
MU. Gila, MU dibilang melempem. Gila, kamu harus lihat MU deket sebelum 2023 lebih parah.
Oh.
Gak bohong. Gila, MU sekarang udah oke lah. Udah sangat-sangat oke lah. Gila. Dulu apa kabar?
Oh. Main apa nih orang? Ngapain facecamnya doang, Bang? Nggak ada Pokemonnya, oh? Masa nonton ya? See you Blay on Extreme lah. Blay.
Ini kuku dan sih.
Udahan Blay.
Bangun tidur. Pokoknya gue kalau nge-cash tuh harus good mood. Gue kalau nge-cash lagi bad mood pasti jelek nge-cash gue. Gue kalau nge-cash itu bad mood ya, lu bisa ngeliat. Sumpah nggak bohong.
Wah, nge-vape santai. Gua nggak boleh. Gol MU setara 2 pipi Pokemon. Wow. What a statement.
Aduh. Thank you, Deal. Iya, Cok. Bawa mimpi anjing wajah tersenyum nih. Thank you. Bilangin Nopan sama Dian jangan suka coli. Nopan, Dian jangan suka coli lu ya. Guys, gue lupa beli item dari tadi ternyata.
Kelas.
Itu kekuatan Pinem, Bang.
Kelas.
Gila, dia pakai kekuatan Pinem, guys. Gila, tuh ngeri banget tuh pakai kekuatan Pinem.
Sakit.
Gila, kekuatan Pinem, guys, itu, guys. Kekuatan Pinem, Cok. Kekuatan Bang Paulo, biasanya kekuatan Pinem, anjing. Kocak. Nah.
Kenapa itu?
Idem siapa, Bang? Itu, guys, Bang Pacol, guys, ya, guys. Dia pura-pura aja itu.
Nyari apa dia tuh? Lihat sibuk bener hidupnya. Alas ya rokok. Iya sore double ya. Nunggu berapa lama nih? Magic ngapain guys? Nonton apa deh?
Besok gua invite.
Kalian bisa berkembang. Itu salah satu kebanggaan buat diri gua pribadi juga. Ingat kalau kalian butuh apa, jangan pernah sungkan buat minta buat sama.
Pojok sini. Kan caranya bara-bara ya. Nanti suruh main sama si bro ya. Jadi tumbal berdua.
Polisi bentar lagi mau sidang.
Iya nggak sih? Daripada si bro sendiri kan. Nah, kasih temen lah satu lah.
Ingat kalau lu butuh lojas, lu butuh mobil, lu panggil gua. Lu butuh sopir, ya lu tau lah siapa yang lu harus kabarin.
Glitch, terima kasih udah join member Glitch. Game no life RP lah.
Duit JJ.
Gua main game no life, Bro.
Lah si Mas Bro. Si Mas Bro mau main FIFA 3 kali lagi nih. Gue udah tidur nih orang dia anjing.
Ya mungkin besok kalian bisa omongin, kita udah ngerem.
Opet udah main ya. Lah, udah kota lagi.
Nah. Halo WhatsApp coy. Di video gua kali ini gua akan main game.
What a timing anjing.
Kata temen gue sih lumayan seru. Ini Limbo kedua ya.
Wah, iya seru. WhatsApp coy.
Belum mainin. Nggak tahu sih. Katanya mainnya sama kayak Limbo. Dan
oh gitu bet.
Katanya
Limbo siapanya Lobo? Masih Bang Meme coba mana ya? Kok bisa pas gitu anjing? WhatsApp coy.
Mana nih? Ini barunya.
Cok, awas jangan jalan.
Oh, saya main apa, guys?
Pak, kok saya nggak ada belakang?
Saya nggak.
Oh, udah.
Saya nggak bisa gerak ini, Pak. Tolong, Pak.
Lah, Babadono.
Gue kira nggak ada belakang. Asik ada namanya.
Capsa coming soon. Balik lagi nih cyberbullying. Iya kasihan tahu teman aku nih, lihat tuh udah bapak-bapak.
Nah, gantian. Cok, sono cok, deket
Mana
pas
fotonya?
cok.
Nah.
Sama juga nih.
Like when the second is going
Wah,
to
si
the
udang,
side,
guys.
everything is going bad and they just can't like properly execute to the side. And I think it's happened like twice on the Haven.
Yeah, well, you know, look, at the end of the day, you got to come to this tournament with, you know, everything clicking. You got to cook something up. Your meal.
Allahu Akbar, berisik banget. Kita lihat labnya siapa ya? Maya lagi ngapain nih? Lagi ngurus burung apa? Ah, enggak, TikTokan aja. Lagi nggak gawe. Sajam nonton. Bang? Oh, nonton deh. Gak ada yang main. Ah, ini dia nih.
You start here, no? So you have to close. Bro, I'm sliding upwards, by the way. I just slid upwards all the way.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
All the starter shit still here. Fuck.
Anjir, kapaknya bagus. Dapat dari mana, guys?
The noise of flesh, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Lunch dulu kali, Ben. Lunch.
This is Bravo 4.
Ada lunch apa jam segini?
Camp. We are currently exploring the wilderness.
Wait a second. SK, look on the GPS.
Gue tahu kalau udah gabut nih ya, gak usah buka TikTok. Ini nih udah lebih gabut nih, sumpah. Nih, lu lihat ya.
I donated a single dollar to a streamer with 0 viewers, and this was their reaction. I noticed he had a pretty gnarly beard, so I asked how much to get you to shave your beard on stream, and what he told me shocked me.
Oh shit, dude, I appreciate that dollar. How big of a tip to shave my beard on stream? Well, unfortunately, I'm gonna probably lose my beard, so...
Knowing nothing about this guy, I asked why, if you don't mind.
I got the big C, my dude. But I'll be okay. But all this hair will go away.
I really wanted to help, but I also wanted to be
Balah,
sensitive to him and his story.
Kok sedih ya,
so
walah.
I asked, can I share your story with my
Hari ini isi
followers?
2, bikin 2 apa 3? 3.
If you want to, that would be
You're probably feeling
much appreciated, man. Thank you.
I donated.
Pengalaman pertamaku cobain KFC di Amerika. Malam ini aku lapar banget dan aku memutuskan untuk beli KFC sebagai makanan malamku. Tempatnya standar lah ya.
Jitu tweet oke bentar.
Tapi kok ini ada banner AW sih? Saat masuk ke dalam yuk. Interiornya standarnya KFC.
AW.
Pelayanannya menurutku buruk banget. Aku nggak dijelasin ada apa promonya, nggak diucapin thank you, dan bahkan jutek banget. Setelah udah datang makanannya, aku kaget banget. Ini kenapa packaging minumannya malah AW ya? Box makanannya sih udah bener KFC. Setelah aku cek di Google, ternyata beneran KFC dan AW itu satu manajemen. Tapi tetap aja sih, masa kayak gini? Untuk paketannya, aku dapat 2 ayam, ini yang crispy ya, dapat mashed potatoes, dan 1 kayak roti gitu deh. Minumannya ini teh manis. Total harganya 170 ribuan lah, sudah sama pajak. Untuk rasa ayamnya hambar parah, gak ada pedesnya, gurihnya gak ada sama sekali. Harus ditolongin sama saus tomat baru ada rasa. Mashed potatoesnya dan biskuitnya
masa sih?
Ada rasa manis-manisnya gitu. Overall aku kasih rating 3 dari 10 karena rasa ayamnya yang hambar banget dan jauh lebih enak KFC Indonesia. Pelayanannya juga kacau, harga cukup mahal, dan packagingnya beda brand. Dan itulah
aneh juga. Itu e-sport. Ini apa nih maksud? Better. Jokes lama ini. Jokes ini guys. Tweet fanatik lo udah lihat belum? Gue nggak buka-buka Twitter. Fanatik. Oh? Ke klasik YouTube clickbait title. Anjing, ini gue pengen nih pick em gini tapi nggak bisa anjing. Vicepresia Mayor Naspoto. Apa coba? Hold up, let him cook anjing sama Sora. Nada mala para umaregiao pakwena.
Halo guys, what's up?
Halo.
Perkenalkan gue Okto.
Saya
Di sini
Diki.
Gue gak bakal lama, gue bakalan jelasin sedikit.
Cyberbullying malam-malam adik-adik.
Banyak main.
Ya, terima kasih Bang Memeo. Oh, interview guys.
Or do you even think about it that way? Are you thinking about tens, or is it just focusing on Fnatic, focusing on Durka, and doing our own thing?
I think this
Bang
time
YouTuber
was,
BOCIL, wow.
Mostly focus on me and my team, but like preparing against
Sang
players like
amatir.
Tens and others, it's like I just felt the same energy as I felt 2 years ago, and I was like prepared for it, and it's like I don't really mind who I'm facing against because I'm playing for my team, and like mostly it's not like Derek versus Tens because we like all players I know we like to pick someone else. That's our job.
Sure. Again, you took care of business. You advanced to the next round. Congratulations. We're going to throw it back to Golden Boy at the desk. Golden Boy, take it away.
Thank you so much, Doug.
Lah,
And of
udah,
course,
Bang.
it's always a blast to hear from Durka and get his perspective on the matchup there. But that is actually
Tolong translate ya, jadi dia fokus aja sama timnya, terus tiba-tiba menang deh.
5'11", 6 foot. If I met
Apa nih Mr. Beast? Bentar, gue kepo. Mr. Beast bahaya ya? Jangan dah.
सुन इधर आ बेटा थोड़ा सा लो कर दे मुझे और तू वर्ल्ड खोल ले अपना मैं इधर से आऊंगा क्लोन बन के ठीक है
Pakai clone terus?
करूंगा और क्लोन बन के ऐसे जाऊंगा और पीछे देखूंगा ठीक है चल तू रेडी हो जा
Oh, dia mau bikin The Boys, Ajik. Bikin The Boys dia. Ayah. Cakom berkacakon, cakomprang, cakom berkacakon, kencang. Pacing kun trengking banteng teng 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 Ayah, kamu ketahuan nge-script. Anjir. NATO ya? Oh, siap. Anjing kayak editan tadi. Lu anjing. Gue kira lagunya berubah anjing. Astaga. I got the roses. Buset. Lu dewa lu Bang Memeo. Makasih 10.000-nya ya. Timingnya anjing. Asik. Dengar kami tell me nothing. Oh? Nobody tell me nothing. Lah?
3 useless Overwatch facts.
Nonton Ayang nggak ada.
The Sombra voice line "Hack the Planet"
Nggak
is a
live kan si Ayang?
reference to the 1995 movie called Hackers.
Hack the planet.
Hack the planet! Hack the planet! Shut up and get in the car! Hack the planet!
Mau nggak? Udah, langsung pesan itu langsung.
Aku belum nonton ini guys.
Enak banget.
Lyrics yang paling mewakilin diri kamu apa? Lyrics? Oh ya? Kayak aku gitu contohnya kayak I don't fuck with you. kayak gitu contohnya. Jadi kalau aku itu. Kamu ya? You don't fuck with me? Ya, all of. Apa ya?
Mau nggak?
Dah?
Pas kereta apinya berhenti, katanya kita bisa nebeng lewat pintu penumpang, guys.
Anjing,
wah,
bisa?
beneran bisa ternyata cuy. Ding dong ding dong. Katanya tank bisa kita ledakin menggunakan bom molotov. Lah kok nggak ngepek? Duat. Oh iya ternyata bisa, mantap. Ding dong ding dong. Lampu mobil bakalan mati jika kita tembak. Kayaknya enggak deh. Katanya jika kita pukul pohon kecil ini maka daunnya
sendiri,
bakalan
anjing.
berjatuhan. Lah iya cuy, wah keren sih. Ding dong ding dong. Masuk ke garasi polisi pakai kostum polisi, katanya nggak bakalan dapat bintang cuy. Kita coba keluar dari mobil. Oh hell no. Lah sama aja tetap dapat bintang guys.
Lah.
Katanya di garasi polisi San Piero ada helikopter yang terparkir. Nggak ada guys, yang ada cuma mobil doang. Pas kereta apinya berhenti.
Sebentar guys, kenapa ini lama banget 13 menit ya? Apa karena mecha kecepatan?
Is a work of
Anjing!
Damn, the thing's a work of art, got you pressed against the wall. I've been all around the world and you're the best of all. Damn, the thing's a work of art, so I know we better get scared.
This is a work of
Mantap.
Tadi seperti ini aja. Seperti itu.
Main ini apa kita guys ya?
Itu saja bro. Seperti
Main ini nggak?
itu
Main ini nggak guys?
terlalu... Buatlah agar objek menyentuh semua 4 dinding. Gitu. Oke. Kena 1, kena 2, tapi berapa tahun bro nunggunya kayak kalau kayak gini mah. Setuju nggak guys kalau kayak gitu bisa guys? Opa kenapa?
Gas.
Nice, atas kiri nih, kiri tinggal kiri.
Brain it apa? Brain it on. Ada di PC nggak guys? Android, iOS. Oke. Bisa sambil nunggu ya. Berarti harus pakai emulator ya? Pakai apa ya? Bentar gua cek emulator dulu. Pakai di player ya. Sambil nunggu gabut ya kan? So ngai. Gabut ya. Ben, watch party Ben. Enggak ah. Mau tidur gua. Udah capek. Kontol jatuh. Hah! Tar login lu, login. Lunch dulu Ben ya, ini lunch ini. Bentar ya. Kok lama nih checking info guys ya? Bang mau login bang? Malam haji deh Yan. Play Store, aduh, kocak nih. Lama sekali latahnya, sorry bro. Udah itu mah satu keluarga besar latahnya, sorry banget. Verifik. Hah? Kok error sih? Sabar gak bisa login gua. Sedikit varian vanilla yang enak apa? Gua vanilla nggak pernah bro. Ya Allah. Oh crash gitu ya? Oke, buka aplikasi. Confirm. Mana? Nah. Yes, it's me. Saya setuju. Save. Sabar ya guys ya. Nah, kan enak, seret. Lain kali. Brainiton. Bener kan ya Brainiton ya? Oh, ini nih. Install. Daps men, kita online, oke. Kamu tidak seperti yang lain menjadi penjelajah hutan di malam hari. Indra, kamu tidak mau seperti yang lain menjadi membership dan bisa menonton replay aku menjadi penjelajah hutan selama 5 jam. Makan yuk, makan. Ada lagunya nggak guys? Oh bisa digedein sih? Oh bisa. Indra, terima kasih udah join member. Silahkan nikmati replaynya. Nanti kita lanjut lagi gamenya. Tawaran kamu cukup menarik, saudara Beben. Iya, mantap bukan? Tapi kok like-nya nge-crash ya? Saya respect ini. Dari abu langsung menjadi hijau dengan satu kali apa namanya? Satu kali iklan. Bermain. Level 1. Gambarlah sebuah bentuk. Wow. Replay. Celurit. Ini juga bisa. Oh bisa. Ya udah lanjut. Buatlah agar bola membentur dinding kiri. Tak mempersulit diri sendiri. Wow, saat muda bukan? Salah. Aduh, jadi gua ulang dah. Goblok. Tadi gimana caranya, guys? Oh, gitu. Makasih. Tadi gimana caranya guys? Lagunya sangat mengintimidasi ya. Untuk tidak marah. Miringkan bentuk ke kanan. Ya elah bang. Anjing. Kurang. Anjay, real. Let's go. Robohkan gelas ke tanah. Gimana guys caranya guys? Kok gue dongo sih? Kepanjangan. Oh, EZ anjing. Blow on lu pada. Letakkan hanya 2 bola di gelas. Up. Oke, langsung aja dar. Wah, bolanya tidak masuk. Gimana kalau kita gini bikin runcing set? 1. Oke. Tusuk. Tusuk. Gila gitu bro mainnya. Tuh. Gue pakein sedotan. Gak logis kentot di game sumpah dah. Letakkan objek di dalam gelas. Hah? Oh. Alah. Anjay, gimana bro? Tuh, masuk. Letakkan objek dalam kotak kecil. Hah? Hah? Salah. Hah? Bikin gimana guys? Itu ada kotaknya yang besar. Terus gimana? Lebih berat ke kanan dikit, bener yang tadi. Gini, terus gitu. Hah? Oh, gimana sih? Kasih titik aja terus biar L kebalik coba yang tadi garis atas. Gitu. Terus gua kasih Ngomong kalau bisa begitu ngentot. Sabar. Ya! Easy banget, Dek. Oh, 2. Angkat bola dari tanah ya, iyalah gini doang. Kan salah kan? Gimana ngangkatnya, guys? Ngangkatnya gimana? Ngangkatnya gimana? Ngangkatnya gimana? Oh? Apa coba kalau gini terus gini kasih pemberat? Oke. Hah? Dua objek. Oh gini aja guys nih. Gini ya kan. Sabar. Gambar kotor pasti keangkat. Dijepit, ini dijepit gini kan maksudnya nih, ini kejepit gini. Tuh nggak bisa, gue ngejepitnya bego dah. Gue sebenarnya dari tadi bisa, cuman biar lama aja. Keluarkan bola dari mangkuk, keluarkan tai dari atas. Duar. Kocak lu. Lepaskan tutup ya. Nih. Kegedean nggak? Kegedean nggak? Iya. Bang. Duar. Konyol nih guys. Kayak konyol nih guys berarti. Hup. Cacat banget sumpah dah. Lepas lu. Terus. Dorong terus. Aduh, kurang gede. Gedean. Alah. Tapi kita deketin gini. Gitu. Ngomong dari tadi, blau. Oh? What the fuck is that? Ini close-nya gimana anjing? Tar dulu. Fucking ads anjing. Oh ya Allah. Kenapa harus seragam gitu kan? Saya jadi takut. Buatlah hanya agar magnetnya menyentuh magnet lainnya. Konyol lo namanya. Gila. Let's go. EZ bro. Pisahkan magnet. Dar. Anjas. Keluarkan bola dari kedudukannya. Duar. Entot. Kita capit lagi, set. Nyeong. Anjing, meta capit guys. Buatlah objek menyentuh area merah. Oh, aing tahu. Kurang tinggi. Salah. Kalau gini, apa gini guys? Kok nggak mau dia? Lah, gimana dah? Oh, aku tahu. Aku tahu. Set. Alah. Tadi gimana guys ya? Hat. Alah, gak berhenti. L-nya lurus aja ntar miring tipis-tipis. L-nya lurus aja ntar miring tipis-tipis. L-nya tegak tempel dinding. Gini. Gitu. Oh. Kebalik blok gimmick mulu. L kebalik nih, L kebalik. Anjing. L kebalik, no. Mana? Udah bener gua tadi. Diam. Lebih jago gua anjing. Kontol. Gacor. Game ini tidak mendukung aktivitas sesuai apapun. Emang game ini doang kagak pakai duit asli. Mulai kompe di sini iyalah jelas. Skater apaan guys? Pemain skate ya? Lama banget lagi ajig lah. Ah! Nah, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cak nih game. Buatlah agar bola menyentuh tanah. Yahoo! Gila, kelas banget gak guys? Buatlah agar bola menyentuh dinding kanan. Salah. Caranya anjing. Harus berapa ya? Oh gini aja anjing. Salah. Salah. Aduh goblok. Bentar. Gimana ya biar ayo maju. Putar belakangnya jadi nggak kekurung, gimana sih? Putar belakangnya. Oh, iya. Hup. Ayo bang. Ayo bang. Iya. Ayo turun. Udah gini aja udah. Tes, dah maju lu sana sendiri. Nah, ini gue udah siap nih, set. Dah capek. IQ tenggelam enggak, pengen keren aja. Seimbangkan platform. Apaan tuh? Aduh. Mau tidur ya. Terima kasih Bang Memeo. Beneran terakhir ya. Awas lo. Mapa fisika bolos mulu jadi gini. Aduh maaf saya anak bahasa. Lah itu udah seimbang. salah. Samain aja bentuk kotaknya, gue nggak bisa. Tuh. Malah jadi logo laut tuh, lihat tuh laut. Tuh. Tuh, mana. Weh, bang. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Ngentot cuma 1 doang ternyata ya. Ulang. Lah udah masuk. Let's go. Diem lu Valorant. Hasil terbaik 10,93. Lihat di 1 anjing. Aduh.
No.
Tuh caranya ya adik-adik. Jatuhin aja tar kotak ntar juga seimbang. Pusing gua jatuhin kotak mah mendingan gua gituin. Siapa yang kelas fisikanya nggak pernah masuk sekarang? Teknik sipil nggak lulus. Level 17 dah, simpen dulu ya. Let's go. Si Magic mana? For the side of T1, we know that these players have potential, but we need to see if this experiment bringing in Carpe, his first Ben ya, masuk. Yang baru masuk jangan lupa di-like adik-adik bang saja. Aku capek mikir katrol lah, katrol mah gampang atuh. Kalau kontrol tuh susah. Terima kasih sudah buat saya nggak jadi tidur. Kalian kesel ya? Sorry ya guys ya. Sebentar guys, besok siang tuh apa lawan apa ya? Gue lupa. Alhamdulillah ya Allah. Dewa Dominatus Boom Alter Ego. Oke, catat ya. Semoga saya bangun siang. Ya, Lotusnya di ban. Apakah T1 akan memilih Asen? Oh Pro, Asennya kan di ini yuk. Furia Heaven or Icebox maybe? Icebox Fur? Oke, Icebox.
Icebox gets locked in here for Furia.
Semoga 6-0. Oh, Boom AE. Boom BTR sih yang seru sumpah dah. Boom BTR sumpah seru banget.
That means that Fracture is going to be floated here at the end as Split and Haven get taken out of the equation.
Another map that in that off-season tournament, T1 was very comfortable in playing. They actually picked it twice in both of the matches that they played at the LTI. So it is interesting to see them float that one a little bit further. Questions for me.
Jadi kita end dulu pollnya.
How do Furia go about
goblok. Tanda seru mapnya mana?
Because I think this roster has a lot of flexibility built in.
That does give me a lot of pause if you are a T1 fan. Because how do you even prep for this? How do you even get ready when you don't know what your opponent is going to be bringing? Because they have that flexibility and most importantly, they have that skill. Here's the Prime Gaming.
Saya player, let's go saya player.
Right now, let's what we
Coba kita dulu guys.
Paulo in the offseason said that he did not want to play offseason tournaments. He's the coach of Furia and instead just wanted to focus on practicing. What happened?
Pada milih T1, gua ikutin lah milih T1 guys tuh.
So far, Zeta going to be picking up
Ben,
that KO. Saya over to the Jet, something that we love to see. Shoutouts to everybody who's a fan of the card, but who is on there. And Carpe still going to be sticking with the initiative, of course, so the Sova is in, but there's a Cypher on the other side.
Yeah, but this is going to be a change. This is off the Neon, this is back to the Jet. This is
Faker mana bang? Lagi di bench, di bench. Anjing mirip Yay bangsat.
Gonna be awesome. The crowd is hot. Everyone's ready for this one. So let's go ahead and send it over to your casters for T1 versus Furia. It's going to be Bola and Dr. Doug Respect.
Bisa nggak ya T1 ngalahin Furia ya? Sulit kayaknya guys.
Professor Respect.
We're always so ready to start, and then he throws something like that at us.
I don't know how we respond to that. We also don't really know what to expect from this match, right? Again,
Saya viewer.
so much history between these rosters individually, right? You've talked about
Iya banget iya sih. Gue juga sebenarnya megang Furia, cuman nggak tahu nih ya. Semoga T1 bisa gitu. Jadi kita biar Pacific Pride.
Yeah, I think for sure. And to watch Furia against a team here with the Brazilian crowd behind them as well, it gives me parallels to the last game we had in the Alpha bracket with MIR and Talon. Because it's a Pacific team here against the Brazilian team. And let's see what T1's cooked up in the offseason. Furia only one change, T1 an entirely new roster.
Ya Allah berisik banget nih penonton.
A roster that's such a heavy point of discussion because you look across those names and you go, these guys are really freaking good.
Lah, paus guys.
This roster
Waktunya nggak jalan.
Right, but there's a lot of tempered expectations with this squad for whatever reason.
I mean, first and foremost,
kayak nyanyi Alors on Den siapa tuh?
Yeah.
In prior iterations of whatever teams they've been
Saya
on,
Abu
and
ya.
the import from North America.
Si Bulji aji.
And now he's playing Killjoy. Let's see how this goes right now, right off the bat. A lot of A-main presence for Furia. And you can see some aggression as
Mereka
well
nih bang
from
ini
T1.
nih
Tempered
mau
up
Jera
towards mid,
mau
starting to
Majin.
slow peek it.
Faker gak main lagi di bench bilangin teh. Bet banget ya.
Saya the first one out with a little bit of help close by.
Ding after ding after ding.
Slowly spread out so far. Carpe's already taken a considerable amount of damage here.
Yeah, but that might have been enough for
Let's go Prince Saya.
some space to really do some damage here.
Oh, but he's not expecting this peek out from MW0.
No dash either.
First shot goes big wide, and yeah, the timing there was so brutal for Saya. Opening kill in this series goes to Furia.
And they still have a lot of control, both A-main and B-long in their hands. But T1 has the right read. They're stacking over towards A with 2, maybe 3 players. And I'm wondering if QCK is going to do something over towards long. Yes, he is. Just pulled out a smoke for Munchkin right now.
And the timing here is everything, right? If you are going to draw rotations, that's the way to do it, but not the case. They stay disciplined on A, and that's exactly where the hit's ending up.
Anjay, Ose! Gokil, Ose!
Those mollies are melting.
Ose yang kill
They're
satu.
still trying to get through. Finally, the other player from Furia is joining. Only 20 seconds to get this spike down, though.
He's going to have to find some space in Art as the spike continues to work its way forward. Now 15 seconds left. Spike still not planted. Ban's already falling. Carpe 13 HP left as MW0 does manage to get the spike down. The peek there from Carpe was gorgeous. Zeta does it as well. 5 seconds left on the round. Bodies fall all over the place as T1 get the pistol.
Saya player nggak bukannya orang Korea ya Ben. Saya player nggak bukannya orang Korea ya.
But T1 makes the right read. They stay leaning towards.
Saya player nggak bukannya orang Korea ya. Gimana tuh?
Towards B-long. Carpe just swings that smoke. That
Saya player nggak bukannya orang Korea. Oh iya orang Korea.
It was Carpe who took that huge chunk of damage at the very beginning of the round.
Yeah.
Stayed alive long enough to save the round.
Kangen Penita loh.
And the composition switch that Mimi was alluding to as well. Very
Tidur
curious
ngantung
to
nggak
see
itu
if
tadi
T1
gue yang salah baca.
the same sort of thing that we just saw in that pistol round, because that was a big part of their strategy. But it was with Neon instead, so you have a lot more stun capability and control capability than what you have right now for Saya with Marshall.
Kan tidak ada bapak 2-3, Bapaknya kan yang satu tuh.
There's no armor on the other
Yang
side.
memimpin rumah tangga ini bapak.
Ya makasih 10.000-nya. Agak menggelitik di kuping kiri nih. Suaranya kiri doang.
Think about his time previously in his Valorant career, and, you know, is he flexible, right? Can he play different roles? Can he play different agents that are more meta specific and still continue to thrive? And the nice thing about this meta is Saya doesn't have to worry about all that anymore, right? He can play the Jet, he can play it comfortably, and I know it's pretty early on, but historically we've seen him look so much better on this Jet role.
Okay.
And it's a cleanup here from T1.
Cukup tajam Spectre.
Behind them only too. Everything looks good. They'll even get a smoke down. No, actually. It's a big pick from DBangkongS. They don't really have anything else to follow up with this though. And they still have so much art control. T1 does. That dash gets him across though, and that's a big frag.
Dapat loh pakai klasik.
It's a massive frag. It's being Saya with another shot.
Sekarang jadi kegedean suara caster ya.
Through DBangkongS and
lah, kebangun Goben gara-gara mimpi di Sentinel kalah lah. Gua nggak peduli.
And yeah, they dropped 2 guns, but by and large, all is well.
And you know what's interesting about
TI the longest standing organization in Valorant history, joining 1082 ago, enjoy.
An org that has
Dari
so
awal
much
Paulo,
history
guys.
over in Korea, in League of Legends.
With a little NA left there again, Zeta was there. Zeta played for Cloud9, Saya as well.
Yang penting
Looks like we
cuan.
got a tech pause. We'll get this figured out. We'll get Troll back into the action as soon as possible.
Anjing, Lord Avian, gacha di
for
pagi
as
hari.
long as they've been around, and they've been around a long time. That was a whole lot of days.
Iya, Avian kamu na time out. Ya, welcome back, Lord.
It's
Welcome
absolutely
back.
outrageous when you consider how long the game has been out, even and things of that nature. There is a deep-rooted history of T1 in the books of Valorant and what we've done so far. And yeah, for them to be here, as you were saying, now representing the Pacific region is a ton of fun to watch.
Gear tech pause as well, so something on stage. And Fury is actually different, right? They started a little bit later in 2021. And it's been a long time for them to put together something that's been super exciting. Yes, they've had Champions appearances both years. And I think in Champions 2022, they actually looked like they definitely had room to not only do some damage there, they had that series against DRX that I think everybody remembers, that comeback by DRX. But they had players who were absolutely fragging. The big change is NZR for MW Zera now. As NZR goes on to Leviathan, there's definitely opportunities for this team to do damage this year. But I'm gonna say it has to start now. It has to start with this one series. Because I think people want to see a competitive Furia.
You see some of those people who want to see a competitive Fury on your screen right now as we get through this tech pause. Again, back into action as soon as possible.
I like the predictions from the crowd, okay?
Yeah,
2-1 Furia, QCK MVP. Very possible. I'm looking at DBangkongS though, as the player to lead the charge for Furia if they want a chance.
Pejak banget Sentinel asli, sama kayak lu. Apaan tuh anjing? Gak kebaca, abang! Lah, hilang. Makasih bang, dimensi yang lainnya ya.
With the addition as well as Cypher.
Apaan itu anjing? Ini gue tau, sabar.
But also, I mean, as we've been watching the last 2 weeks, we've kind of had a difference.
Cerot.
How the Alpha bracket approached the meta to how the Omega bracket approached the meta.
Yeah, 1000%.
So it's not like everything is set in stone. It's not like
dikit lagi guys.
Just because we didn't see a lot of Neon last week on Pro, that we shouldn't continue to see Neon.
Alah.
And that's what is so interesting about this game.
Always have these
compositional clashes. Here we go in A main. Speaking of clashes, this is what I was talking about. Sai was getting a lot of value with this on Neon, but I think right now he's spending his dash really early, over and over, and it got him into trouble when he actually walked down mid that one round on pistol.
Tengah juga kasih garis biar gak jatuh. Iya, ntar.
CK is calling everybody
Pokoknya
to come
dicolok
over
dulu,
Furia.
trot, langsung
Try
set,
to hit
langsung
this
gitu.
B site. We've got the Neon wall out. And remember, there is no Cypher to play anti-Neon, so he's just easily able to get in the back of sight.
Wih, gila juga dia masih buta lari gitu.
Spike has made its way pretty far up though. Look at that. They're trying to fight to clear
Oh my god, dapat bonus kah T1?
QCK falls.
No, oke no.
As Mazine is still trying to keep
Dua
back
bayang.
2 massive kills there. How much more can they find? Is Carpe's the only one here? All he's got is a ghost. He's gonna fall as well.
VVV cobain aja.
They like what they see.
Yeah, great anti-bonus. Leading right into some of the disadvantages you have from T1's comp.
Coloknya yang pas
And
biar
the
gak
strikes of the
sakit.
Neon.
Hah?
That conversation that we were just having.
Oh?
It was a bonus though, so T1 still has a healthy buy in this next round. We're on even footing in terms of the economy, but Mazin is the guy with the Sky ult. He's got the Seekers.
Kacamata tuh mantulin cahaya, jadi gue kalau ngeliat facecam tuh harus gini ke bawah nih biar mata gue kelihatan aja. Set ya kan, baru kelihatan kan. Kalau gini mantul. Lagi Borbon. Wih lah, kok nge-lag lagi bang? Jangan nge-lag bang.
So he can't be as reactive when they start to hit, but they're still holding on the art. We've seen so many times they just got a flash prime, they'll flash off a size contact.
Anti radiasi iya.
You see Zeta on your screen there. Ready to go. There's the flash, there's a swing, but the stun should keep them back. Yeah, Zeta can't get past the defensive utility invested.
Aduh, gue udah ngantuk sebenarnya nih Ajik. Capek banget, bangsat dah. Tidur bentar, tadi keluar dulu lagi.
All those trap plays is causing Fury to be really late on any sort of control here. They have to commit all the way down through B-Link. And it's just Munchkin here. There's no rotate actually coming in, but this wall from DBangkongS is actually slowing down their own push. Full retake called though for T1. Munchkin wisely falls back.
Kocak.
Cannot fall. And he
Ambil di
does.
situ si kocak.
Fall back enough. He's gonna fall his way into the next round. The kill is traded back though as Khalil falls. Carpe now playing close by. QCK gets the spike down. Note here, no real ultimates. DBangkongS is close by. QCK's is as well, but there's nothing on line right now. And they're all huddled up back spawn. This is gonna be so difficult to deal with because you can just overwhelm backside. That's exactly what they do.
Itu 3 kill Carpe.
With 3 on the round now. QCK was safe walling the entire time, not able to keep back the aggression of T1.
And a great double swing as well. Not only the aggression back through backhaul, and I'm wondering how they even got out of there to be able to challenge with 3 players. And then Carpe and Ban, the communication there, miles better than what we saw in the offseason.
Yeah.
Just instantly pausing for a second and double swinging. Yeah. That's how you wrap that round up. He has to be all the way back on pillar, and he just didn't have the time, given how fast everybody fell from Furia.
Jam segini makan apa Ben enaknya? Makan apa ya? Mie sih.
And then from that point forward, the pieces of dominoes just continued to tumble.
Aduh capek ya Allah.
Fist bumps all the way around as we prepare to get into the next one. DBangkongS has that ult. It's going to be a light buyout from Fury, so you imagine he's going to want to play around that ult. Exactly.
Buset, diwejebol, buset bang.
DBangkongS dashing across.
He's so far ahead of his teammates though.
So far.
And he has to call for it to slow down right now. There's the stuns into.
Mau habis ultinya mau habis. Iya, nggak dapet.
And the Prowler cleared out Secret, but it didn't go
Ben,
all the way up and dug
Ben,
it, so Ban. Nice trade out from MWZera.
Is this ult gonna find anything? I think it only got 1 tag, and he gave up on finding Khalil. Low players though, Munchkin's able to convert one. All by himself up here. No, actually Khalil up close too.
Saya with the dash proc, the flash helps him out as Mazine falls. Leo playing close by with 20.
Lah si saya mati aja. Kocak.
Munchkin gets 3 on the round as T1 gets a 4.
Niko pakai telur tuh guys.
Good retake.
King road to 20 jam asik. Serangan Fajar kah? King kita.
Super interesting because
aduh.
Of how you continuously had that art presence from T1 in the prior rounds. Crowd hype still no matter what. It's a good attempt on the eco.
Televisi 2 keloh. Aduh, nggak lengkap gua baca komen lu Chris, sorry banget.
Man, this is such a fun fan base, bro. I mean,
Hari misi 2 masih enak ya yang goreng ya?
I just love watching.
Masih enak gak sih?
Different chants. How they could all get on the same page too.
Yeah.
Such a fun atmosphere. And I said it before, but so much different being here live.
Furia calling a timeout early.
Ini udah jam-jam naga nih.
Yeah.
Enak tapi kurangnya susah kan ngalahin Indomie kan. Kalau mie goreng.
They want to get behind them. Every time one of them hits a kill, you hear the roar of the crowd just bubble up.
Yeah.
So the investment's there. They're emotionally with them. They just need to start putting some of these rounds together.
Let's see if they can do it. Another buy round on the
Menurut
board.
aku sih udah nggak enak. Oh iya.
One key ult for MWZera. He's got the Nightfall. But MASUK.
Gue lebih doyan ini. Mie cepek yang pedas tau nggak?
Cosmic Divide and the lockdown.
Ada mie goreng yang pedas.
That is key for B retakes. If they end up going down long, usually it also means
Jangan sakit ya, DBangkongS siap.
It's entirely not an option for Furia unless they take through B Link.
Nah itu mid Ceperada hitam ya nak. Migaga ya, Migaga. Bukan Gaga Muhammad ya.
And the tempo is a little different here, out from Fury. But just as much as we expect to see them take some of this early space, it just slows right back down.
Cepet level 5 enak. Misoto dijadiin goreng, wah itu enak juga, asin ya kan. Enak dah pokoknya kalau mie gua apa.
But when it comes down to the executes, outside of the one round they won, they got that wall up, fast lane down belong. It's been tough.
Aduh, migrain gua nih ajig. Saya maju. Wah, gila juga loh.
The Nightfall used the knife to try to trade some of it back, and it is going to delay for just a moment. On top of that nade does such a good job of denying the entry point out onto the site. All they have to do is wait it out, though. They invest the Cosmic Divide as they push their way forward. You've got to keep...
Buset si Degejin ajig.
You think you're going to be able to isolate fights, but you're not.
Yep.
Huge round from Furia.
And Ban, who was on a flank, it just took a bit too long. He's shown up at the site now, but the round's already done and dusted.
Goreng kasih kuah jadi menyemek.
You have so much more difficulty finding value out of
Istirahat entar
the KJ ults when you have to hold on to the A site, and that's what T1 really wanted to do. I like the
iya buta. Dimas Amin 2 depan ada acara.
In the back of sight right there, not knowing exactly how Fury is going to react.
Kalau migrain masuk mie apa? Mie aloh, gua nggak peduli.
And this dart misinformation obviously also loses them so much space in A main. The hit mainly came through art, so you can imagine if QCK goes down there, Sai actually is still in A main. That's a thorn that could split them up from that wall.
Absolutely.
And the wall's designed as well to dissuade them from getting towards that plant, right? There's no plant space available for it. At least that's good.
Blade Storm used early on.
You have to be careful here if you're Furia. I like that they came through, but this is going to be an option here that T1 will call in the future. Where they fight aggro after this smoke.
Allahu Akbar, apaan lagi tuh buun? DJ Aswan, ntar gak kedengeran aja. Makasih gojapnya Bang Buun.
I mean, they're certainly not trying to conceal where they're going. They drop their own Cosmic Divide. That's going to section off everyone from the side of T1.
That's a good execute right there.
Yeah.
Twice the T1 execute's going very well. The Trailblazer as well to clear out the back of this wall. You know for sure you're safe. I also want to look
Breakbeat, Ajik.
So aggressive. And really, that's what you want out of your Neon player.
Remember, this ult from Ban could be key to push them back off the side.
Buset, remikan lagunya asik juga.
That could be problematic.
But this Killjoy ult so far ahead, they have to speed up, and there's got a long bot too.
Kualitinya asa aneh. Oh my god. Wah, hampir ace, Cok. Nahan 4 orang, gila.
Under pressure from the lockdown too. No way he's getting the ace, but he secured the round.
Sepertinya kita kecilin dikit, guys. Kepala gue udah mulai puyeng nih.
But then to stick and find the timing to fight. And you have to be holding that
aman.
T1 because Digison's in the back of sight. If they don't actually start swinging out of spawn, then the problem is going to be he could just break that lockdown. Right. It was so far advanced.
Take a look at it one more time. DJ's hit again. Playing aggressive there, understanding where his space limitations are pushing out, but this play right here, I mean, just secure the round.
I really wonder as well if DJ's calling for that
Motion blur ada di setting, Ben. Hah?
A lot of times the flames
blur
are
apa?
waiting for the KJ to die in that case, so they can go undetected.
Bentar, ini gue udah diganti belum ya?
But there, you want him to get triggered. You want him to start rotating and looking back towards it.
Terima kasih Bos Bun, gue ucapin sekali lagi ya.
DG's in once again, has that ult online. And we didn't see very much out of the blades from Saya. He made an attempt, but he's got a Marshall this time around. Oh, the Marshall seems to work! My gosh, I thought he hit it.
Oh, for sure.
Pasti intronya doang, Ajik.
But low economy makes this even more. Carpe's tucked in an off angle here, but they're also taking up through our. They don't give up a gun though, and he does.
Nice shot out from Carpe, yeah.
Betapa.
It's a pesky little angle too.
Silence here. The spike is deep in secret, actually. Oh, you gotta be careful.
Betapa.
Main presence still. Furia right now taking a massive risk.
They're just so far up. And the thing is, there's a lot of misinformation here. Look at how far up Carpe
Betapa. Ya.
He's essentially in attacker spawn, so they should have no idea that they're here. That's
Ya, makasih Bang Memeo betapanya.
Trying to stay alive as Munchkin shows up.
Lu dari tadi last lu ya, bos ya. Kacau lu.
MW0 a little weak, but this would be, I mean, this would be insane if he was able to pull this off. The shock dart, that's all it is. We're tied at 4.
Betapa jadi biksu lama-lama.
It's a good recovery from Fury, even though they lost that gun in A main.
Aduh, anjing nyari ay.
Simply put, I think Carpe goes a little too aggro here up in the spawn, right around where we're looking right now. And doesn't give enough time for his teammates on A main, or in A. The ones who are anchoring down Flowers to do much at all. These two right now, Carpe is way too far away to actually even find anything to trade those guys.
Anjing.
You just immediately calling as well.
Nyender, gak bisa gua nyender.
Telling the team what's working, what's not.
Coba naikin dikit ya.
I think it's the right call. I think T1 was going to start leading towards taking B long control, given what I said earlier about that setup.
And they did. I mean, look at him. Look at how far up Saya is right now.
Nyender takut
And it's
sakit
funny
perut
because it kind
malah.
of falls in your lap there from Fury. That was kind of something that they were relying on already. Happy to try to fight for A main. Oh, Saya.
Udah harus telan ke kasur nih.
But he manages to get away for now.
Ayo saya. Kamu di The Guard, kamu sangat sharp nah kan? Keluar kan, yuk. Awas burung Kak.
You gotta remember, QCK's weak and you don't expect
Wah,
him to
kepanasan,
You don't
guys.
expect him to stay here as long as he is to fight.
And you can see the style as well from Fury. It's just willing to fight straight up. No flash, nothing special. They know it's just one. Let's take this duel against Saya. The confidence is clear.
Nyender dong, jangan merem, kagak merem anjing. Gua
And that's
nonton
so
ya.
key. I mean, we talk about it so many times, but confidence really is a cheat code when it comes to Valorant. The ult invested.
Buset
They're
dah.
pushing forward, but Khalil gets 2.
Tersate anjing.
The flash in his face turns it, stays alive, buys some time.
Betapa.
QCK in a great spot for a flank too, but he can't over delay on this. He's got to hit the timing just right. Zeta now left alone, surrounded, takes one with him, but
Kalau udah Brazil sih crowdnya nggak berhenti ya, berisik anjing.
And look at that from Fury too. It's both Mazin and MW just pushing Secret together at a certain time. Knowing, okay, T1, you're going to have to actually come up here if you want to take this round. And this one started with Mazin just fighting straight up down below. That could end up costing you.
Anak-anak pada main FIFA ya.
Just walking down below, Saya takes the first engagement and then re-peeks with a flash. And then for Saya as well to be fighting straight up too. He was trying to get his dash online and save his life. And remember, it was only DBangkongS for the most part. Or sorry, QCK for the most part fighting that. He thought he was isolating a 1v1 too. Yep. QCK just calls, hey guys, come fight with 3.
This freaking fight took so long, there was enough time for the rotates to come through, yeah.
And also how fast that rotation came right after as well. This is the type of things that is really difficult to deal with if you're Munchkin, if you're the IGL from T1. Because it's dynamic and it happens fast. They're only in spawn. It's not like they're committed up B long. That rotation from B to A was really, really simple.
T1 call a timeout here, down 1 round. Again, still plenty of time left in this half. Time to adjust and right the ship. This buyout from T1's not going to be pretty though. It is worth noting here, they have the vast majority of their utility.
Anjing susah guys. Besok hutan lagi nggak? Lihat besok ya. Besok nobar lagi dari siang sampai sore. Terus kalau hutan ya udah gua hutan, terus nobar lagi jam 12 sampai pagi. Bismillah ya Allah, PC yang kuat ya. Kita kena 20 jam. Wow. Let's go, James. 100 jam.
Close right now. This drone's coming in though.
Kapan Warzone? Nggak tahu nih ya, belum Warzone ya.
Interesting, Zeta's not up here to fight with that.
Lagi ada game baru sama ini sih, lagi ada PCT, bro.
Nobody peeking with it. They just get the information. I think everybody except the one who got tagged hid from that drone as well.
Jangan lupa istirahat, gue ada asupan Blackmores aman. Gue subs lu karena WZ. Apa iya? Aku kan streamer Valorant.
Really no idea what's on the other side, but DG's in now, choosing to go forward, drops the wall, drops his funds too, as they've got the Trailblazer to work its way forward. It is going to spot member in secret and perhaps one in dugout as well. No, one more time, the light buyout from T1 here. They have
utility,
bang,
spill streamer WZ, S-Magic, Paris AA.
Right now. It's just Saya who remains, and he's so far off the site. He was waiting B the entire time.
That was such a cool play there. As Saya is going to try to do something here. Fury just uses the fast lane, the wall up from Neon, and the Trailblazer to try to confirm positions. And they're timing and not pushing up.
Pengen ngambil pandal.
Okay, are they stacking here? They realize, okay, yes, they're stacking, but they're playing so far back that we have the time and we have the space to get up in the site and do something with it. I really like that round from Furia. And also just throwing in those stuns too, trying to get a Trailblazer tag. The executes that I mentioned at the beginning of this half that were looking a little lackluster, ending up looking very good now here for Furia. They've got a burst of life in the last few rounds.
Ooh, he's fired up.
Set kepanasan tuh penontonnya.
Get that guy water.
Udah nih S-Magic, siapa lagi? Paris AA.
2-round lead here for Furia. And the approach
Kalau yang
has not changed.
mau yang widget banget masih menyot, tapi di TikTok.
We haven't seen a lot of very aggressive heavy hits. And well, if it's not broke, really no reason to try to adjust. The onus is fully on T1 here.
Again, the follow up with the dog here.
Berarti lu udah tahu dari mana di Kiroja gua main Warzone ngelewat gitu di home YouTube lu? Ngelewat di home apa gimana? Soalnya seinget gue, aduh kocak timingnya anjing. Seinget gue terakhir gue main Warzone tuh replaynya buat member gitu. Apa karena video konten? Jangan-jangan. Jangan-jangan ya.
That's them to kill on the band, who was set up to try to deny this space. And they were working on collapsing onto the sites themselves. They had 3 players towards B, 2 players on A. Oh, wait a second. 2v2 immediately.
They just lost a massive numbers advantage, and it's gotten real bad, real fast for Furia.
Konten gua kali ya, kalau nggak ini apa? Short. Tutorial buka parasu. GG. Masih bisa ngelawan.
No way! That silences them, and I really think Furia thought that T1 was
hilang guys orangnya guys.
You saw how deep Mazin pushed into the spawn, into defender spawn.
Oke, thank you bang. Lah, gua nanya dia oke thank you bang.
At that moment, right before Munchkin got the second there.
Iya sama-sama bang.
Onto the Phantom. Finds the last kill. Oh, size all around.
Oh, I mean, that should never have gone that way.
Nanya apa? Oh, enggak, lu tahu gua main widget karena konten atau karena apaan? Karena konten, karena short atau karena apa? Timing anjing nanyanya.
Note the angle he's holding, waiting for anyone to push through. Hasn't been spotted.
Short, oh dari short. Tuh, apa guys, gue bilang short menghadirkan viewer baru kan? Nanti kita perbanyak short lagi nih. Aduh, gue belum ada waktu anjing buat ngekat-ngekat dah sumpah. Oh my god, saya player. Gila nih. Perbanyak live WZ, harusnya gue banyak live WZ, tapi replaynya khusus member. Kebetulan pas WZ 2 nih, pas WZ, waktu yang update map baru, belum banyak lagi main WZ. Belum terlalu banyak. Bang Subatan mulai pusing, berapa tuh? Roto 30 jam, let's go. Hampir.
The
Sama guys, halfnya deh.
from T1 from Saya pays off.
Coba kita cek dulu sebelah ya.
To a 6-6 half. Let's look at that one more time. I mean, he's able to get the first, and again, I mean, it's really
Gila sih ini si saya kuat banget ya di sini, nggak mati-mati. Coba kita lihat dulu.
And it's gorgeous. Let's throw it down to the desk, see what they thought of the first half.
1 juta.
Agree more on that one, Doug. It was.
Nambahnya berapa sih 1 juta?
Player, man. The best line, by the way, that Doug said. The
7
stubbornness.
jam mampus.
Stay in that corner. I don't want to keep going back, but I mean. Feels like I'm repeating history again.
Karena serangan Fajar.
It's tied up 6-6.
This is true.
You know, right now it's anybody's game.
Road to 50 jam sih kalau kata gue mah.
Map that we've seen at lock-in, it's 48% win rate for the defense, 52% for the attack. So this is still very much up in the air as far as who's going to be able to take it.
Yeah, well, it seems like we're right on track. But one of the strengths that I was impressed with by Furio was the way that they were playing their post points. With this Neon Comp, obviously, you're going to force your opponent to play retake quite often because you're getting in, you're pressuring that space. But Furio had this idea that it was just, okay, Digizin has done his job, he's gotten us into sight, and now his role is to just int as hard as he can and provide as much
Kamu kapan menekan gue udah. Nanti aja dekat-dekat Idul Adha lagi. Nah, ibaratnya pagi-pagi terus di sana. Iya, kemarin sisa 6 menit, guys. Jadi 2 jam.
Struggled to shut him down and set up for those retakes that they so desperately wanted to play for.
Yeah, he's been really brutal for them on the attack.
Tadi teori dulu. Oh iya bentar. Dia mau spin gak sih?
We'll have to go ahead and zoom in once more on Carpe.
Spin gak sih sana? Aduh kok ini sih. Spin anjing. Nah, ini dia nih. Hehehe. Hehehe.
Ini namanya gercep aja nih.
3 jam.
Masa 2 kali anjing?
Let's go.
Hah? Gue udah pindah loh dari kasur ke kursi.
Let's go.
Gue ke toilet. Sama aja 3 jam anjing.
Banyakan teori. Udah habis oke lu. Fatir Azri apaan sih awok-awok?
Konyol. Yang gini-gini konyol nih.
Konyol chat di Steam. Nah, kita lanjut lagi nonton. Pas media share udah gua mundurin.
But this is completely different.
Tadi gua udah lihat.
Let's see how their defensive side. Khalil left by himself right now, but they're fighting through art.
He's got to try to get out.
Buset.
Try and find some space. And it's
Eh, saya player lihat itu. Ya, ketahuan kocak. Wih.
The snap from Ban is disgusting.
Anjing tuh freak.
It's 1v2 left for Munchkin.
Kebanting tuh tangannya tuh.
He's gonna show up so late and they should have spotted the spike.
Anjing, kapan bos gua bisa gitu ya?
Give Munchkin a chance in this.
Pro.
Because that hold from Furia, the flood through art by MW Zera to help out Khalil, really good.
Lah, pada tidur nih penonton apa gimana? Gak ada yang kaget nih.
There's a cost to it, right? He's also losing information, while Furia has the opportunity to be gaining some.
And even, I mean, you can't introduce
Apaan tuh? Halah.
You don't have the spike, and they know where it is.
Tepu anjing.
Finally picks it up, and he does still have some time here. I don't know if it's going to be enough time to fully rotate out. Munchkin's isolated it. He's gotten it down to a 1v1, and Mazine is weak. 7 HP, the snap is there, but it does not land. As Mazine saves the round
ngambil
for
minum
Fury.
ada apa enggak itu 30 jam.
That frenzy fire is too fast. And Munchkin will fall. Super solid.
Nih lihat nih si Ben nih lihat nih.
From Furia.
Bah.
From Van, a third guy, QCK.
Ajik.
How do you even? Yeah, thank you for showing it 3 times. That is just absurd.
Ngeri Ajik.
Again, a 1-round lead for Furia. Decent gun investment here
Piknya
as
patah
well.
tangan asli. Pasti
Right
mouse-nya
now.
nabrak
She's gonna
keyboard
take
itu.
the fight down belong
Getok.
against MW Zera.
Prak.
MW Zera wants none of it though. He's the only one
Kilian
with a big
Degezin.
threat. Ban as well. He's got the sheriff. 3 kills he got. He could easily invest.
Gas sebatan pas puasa enggak? Pas mau Idul Adha, kan kita kaubaton, bro.
Enter the minds of the Fury players because T1's just waiting so long. DG's in, able to get past the gravity wall that should have spelled death. Meanwhile, you look at the other side of the map and Saya hasn't moved. So he's able to hold down B-Long, make sure nobody's pushing up. The one difference is if you're going to rotate back into him, which seems to be the case, now he's starting to creep forward. Now he can take some of that space away. But he's got to be careful here. He cannot overstep.
QCK saw him with that jump peek, and he goes for another one. He must not have seen him. That's a big pick. But still, with so much time, there's still a lot of room for Fury to actually close up the gaps. They just got to flash onto Ben deep down A. That might be misdirection, and it might leave MWZ on an island on the site that needs to be held.
I mean, they're dropping stuns, they're dropping flashes to make sure that he's cleared out. They don't know how much more is there, but either way, there's utility that they're not going to have to take them back. MWZ doesn't land a single shot. Oh my goodness. Finally takes down Saya. Finally takes down Saya.
Yeah.
Things are equalized for now. 5 seconds left.
Oh,
Get the spike down, and no, there's just not enough time.
Si Ben masih jauh.
That round easily could have gone either way.
Lu harus mati, Ben.
Such a good hold for MWZ.
Lah, miskin dong lu.
I thought he was going to die for sure, especially after that
kocak, nggak mati doi.
He shot. You don't know which side of that back call he's playing, even if that knife tags you. So you have to use a little bit if you're T1 to try to clear it.
Kocak.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and Saya had full information about that shoulder. Look at that. That first jump shot, you see clearly what's happening. He's able to set up his crosshair easily.
Dude, our replay observers are so good.
I mean, it's been another level right now. Just being able to see what we didn't see. It's such a nice touch. Oh, that shock. Trying to clear out some of the Cypher utility.
Now note here, they've used 2 info gathering tools on the defensive side already. They used the flash to get over into A main, and now the Trailblazer. Those are not going to be around for the rest of the round.
Buset, itu titiknya gede amat.
And they do have a lot of control. Remember how I was talking about Fury taking control late in the rounds? T1's done it early in B-Link. They've left Saya there with just a Vandal. He could go deep on a flank really fast, unexpectedly.
And that was the whole point of the investment in oh gosh.
That's a gun too. Remember, this is a bonus for Fury.
They had no idea that they'd scaled up so far.
Yang mati si Manskin lagi semua keren.
Got to formulate a new plan. I thought for sure the plan was going to go back towards A, hit the site, and give Saya an opportunity to get a bunch of kills on the rotation. At the very least, paint towards A.
I mean, he may still get a bunch of kills on this. The thing is, the timing on this is so nice.
Where's his gun? I thought he would have picked it up. Okay. W again? No, this time he's gone. And they know where QCK is.
I mean, he gets one for his troubles, but he's pinched right now. He's got to understand. Ban's behind him, cleans him up. Zeta gets the spike down.
Timing.
The timing on that was very well done.
Saya's up top too. Not gonna matter because
harusnya udah tahu nih musuhnya dari B-Link.
Anyways, and there's players in spawn,
wait,
so you know
what? Ding, what the fuck? Oh, ding anjir.
Khalil, the last one standing here in this 1v3. He's got a Spectre to work with as well.
Oh.
You've got to so meticulously take care of everything in a situation like that.
Ngelawan, let's go.
It's just way too much to ask
makan, men, yuk, makan.
Fury take the lead back, and I have to stress, I know the guns were a little bit weird here, but again, the timing just worked out so well.
Kok cepet amat nih kering.
I have a question. Why don't Ben summon Brimstone?
Why don't they?
Why don't Ben summon Brimstone? This is a good audible call from T1 after losing Munchkin as well.
Aduh, sorry.
Able to shore up B-Link really easily, and they split the defense too. Or they split the lurk and hit from Furia. QCK up B-Long, MWZ in the back of Hall. T1 fast up here. It was a bonus last round for Furia, so there's still a lot of weapons. Only DJ's in. Without the op, they've taken a lot of space though. So even though QCK has to fall off site and play retake here, which is interesting given the investment of ults here. There's flank, there's B-Link control. They know there's no flanks coming. This could be disastrous for T1 if Munchkin falls again.
It's all going to fall, and yeah, whether or not they're able to hold control on the extremities. But so far, it does look like it may spell disaster, as you just mentioned. Zeta, the first one to go down.
Ya
Munchkin trying to
Allah.
hold back the aggression from Furia and fails.
Ya Allah.
Dude, they're just
Disetan.
trapped. They've got nowhere to go. Ban's the only one alive now, and he's got 72 HP. He's able to drop the turret. The spike did go down, so he's got time on his side.
Got the molly off too. They can't actually start sticking that spike in the smoke.
I mean, surely at this point you just try to
Buset dah.
overwhelm, right? Yeah, try to take him down. That's what they do.
Jajar habis-habisan di
But
flank
you could
aja.
see the writing on the wall. You mentioned it earlier in the round. This could be disaster for T1, and it was. They fully lost mid control. They had full A main. Fury had full A main control. They were able to fully surround them.
Oh, what a good scan too for MW. Here's the moment. Look, Munchkin's actually trying to go help his teammate. Wow, Digizin comes out. And that costs him. He was the only person watching that flank. And as soon as there was pressure,
Combo Astra sama Neon. Nggak, itu kan apa namanya? Yang nge-smoke Astra musuh, guys.
Right? There's players falling on the site specifically.
Yang mana ya? Combo Astra sama Neon.
So he doesn't even have something to peek off of.
Yang mana ya? Kok gue pusing, aduh, sorry ngantuk. Gue kira sama Pada, sorry.
The timing for Furia.
Such a cool knife, by the way, landing inside of the wall there. Yeah. Completely unbreakable.
Start to see a shock dart. Zeta gets the flash ready to go. And Saya player dash onto the site.
Ya, kena scan. Kena scan. Ya Allah, sial banget.
Mazine trying to splash and spray and stun and stay
Buset.
alive, and he takes two down with him. Now this 4v2 in favor of Furia. The spike once again in a precarious spot, well out of reach of the members of T1 that remain.
Flash
Molly.
stun out of Furia is ridiculous from Art. What a strat. And
Man
QCK playing up to the smoke. He actually gets taken out though.
Wah, flower datang.
Work to be done, but not gonna find it. Furia, they're starting to really, really look good, especially on those A hits. That was a classic T1 execute. That looked so good for them leading into this match. But shut down, and same thing from the pistol, remember, I mean, that on as well. Fade's really falling out of favor for a lot of teams, but MW is making it look really, really good right now.
Oh, 100%. Lahant, Saya down, and then Mazine able to get two massive kills off of that.
And normally I would criticize T1 for, not breaking the haunt or what have you, but when there's so much going on, and that's influenced by how much utility Furia is throwing, it's difficult in those
Oh,
situations.
yang ketarik. Yang ketarik di side ya?
Right now.
They've had a chokehold on A main for the majority of the half. Oh, they're not done. The flash and the sun.
The Trailblazer pushes them back. He's not
Lah,
going to continue forward.
Des tembok. Kamu ngedes tembok.
Real window they had. Saya needed to find space.
Pasti ketawa
and
semua nih.
needed to find value
Kek
through art for them
W.
to be able to
Kek,
unlock
kek,
A.
kek,
But that fails
W.
too.
Tidur dulu ya. Makasih udah malah merungkatku, buset. Sedih bang.
And they're there and they're waiting and they're dead.
Aduh.
A prime game flawless comes through for
Siap,
Furia.
selamat tidur.
Anti-eco
Wah, bocil
success.
Sentinel hanya menembus 200 like adik-adik malam ini.
To keeping T1's economy down very low. He's just walking up. Not a care in the world, and that's before that knife. Remember, I just pointed out how that knife unbreakable. But also, because it comes
Kuria
so
banget
late,
iya.
because you have to arc it to get in that lineup in the first place, you're not getting the information, so you have to play back.
Tidur.
That's where
Diam,
Digizin
gue mau main GTA
strikes
abis ini.
within that little timing window.
I mean, again, you can see it on your screens. The crowd fired up, and for good reason. Furia managed to get through the early struggles to now take a pretty comfortable lead late here on Pearl. And it is a timeout from T1. Perhaps a Hail Mary on this map, too. This time's not on their side. They're running out of windows of opportunity to get back in this game.
I have to note, too, at the beginning of this game, I looked around in the crowd. It's like, oh, there's some gaps. It has filled out. We even have a section up in the top that normally wasn't. open to fans.
It might be the rowdiest spot too.
Bisa guys.
All right, timeout done. Again, an 11-7 lead here for Furia. We'll take a look at what T1 have to work with. And they're considerable ults. You've got the Hunter's Fury, the No Command, and then the Cosmic Divide.
Main GTA. Ya gue nunggu lu tidur langsung main GTA.
Momentum fully in favor of Furia here. This isn't map point, but it kind of feels like it in a way. You've got to execute here if you're T1.
Not a true.
Scan mulu sih saya nih kebiasaan.
But he is some distance away from his trips and his camera in art and A-main. Oh,
ya, ada dua orang tuh, kaget tuh pasti.
Saya player falls. They fully lost B long control as well. So again, it's going to be a foot race. MWZero, how much do you stay in the smoke?
Oh my god.
He gets one, the second not falling.
Prepare.
Massive awareness from Carpe to turn around and clean things up for now.
Cages are still up right now for QCK.
Aduh, Manskin, aduh belakang lu Manskin.
Seeker's coming in too.
QCK has to find the timing here. If you want to push your way forward because all attention has been drawn.
Oh my god, the ulti.
Around with the ult and finds 3. Now Ban left alone in this 1v3.
Oh my god.
His health isn't either. DG's in.
Kilian Degezin.
Fury on map point.
And the crowd erupts as well, knowing one more round away from taking the first map in emphatic style. No A-main control whatsoever for T1. So focused on trying to make this push through artwork.
Vamos.
And they're able to flank so easily.
Aduh, migrain aji.
Of Neon on Pearl as the meta has evolved, but DG's in is showing stuff that's different. He's still able to apply the same amount of pressure that you would expect from when Neon first kind of had the surgence on this map. And it's just proving to be too much for T1, man.
I have to also, I talked about in the cast yesterday for EDG, just the fundamentals with Pearl. You're seeing players get so good with it. There he's using the timing and the speed that he can break the timing. Actually 2 rounds in a row now, and now he's using an op too. It's just so unpredictable about what's happening.
Again, full B control lost for T1. So they're going to have to deal with the pressure that's going to be coming in from all over the place, and that's why you see it. You've got Zeta who's playing a little bit further back. The lockdown's been invested to try to clear out some space, and they're playing just on the outside of it, waiting to pounce. Saya dashes onto the site. How far do they go? They still have plenty of time here.
Penonton pada tidur ya, pada full screen sambil tidur nih pasti. Main juga udah subuh bang. Iya, timingnya ya Allah.
How is he aware? It's ridiculous. Scans coming through the flash as well. They're full blind.
Uy.
Oh, they're in so much trouble with the kill.
Anjing, GG.
MWZero cleans it up. Pearl goes in favor.
Kenapa dari kemarin gak ada yang mau main Asen, gak tau dah.
Again, the crowd fully jubilant as they take map in this series. And honestly, Bala, it's not just
guys, aing sepertinya tidak kuat, pengen rebahan anjing. Lanjut besok aja kali ya pas Dominatus ya, apa gimana guys? Anjing, Seno lagi main FUT nih. Lanjut besok ya, gue mau main GTA dulu guys semuanya. Langsung aja pindah ke Magic. Ya gue mau main GTA dulu ya adik-adik. Terima kasih semuanya udah nonton. Kita ketemu lagi di watch party nanti siang. Dadah. Turun lah udah T1 nih. 2-0 Puria anjing. TTYD emot. Emot apa ya? Emot naga. Ih, ada hantu di live chat guys, hilang. Hi. 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 Dah salam ke Bang 30 jam ya adik-adik, respect. Lah error live chatnya anjing.